Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 234 Essential. My name is Ayomide Tayo AOT2.
And I am Ugochi, the Igbo stallion. How you guys doing?
Yes, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for listening right now. If you're a long time listener, you know what the drill is. If you're a first time listener, you know this is no, you don't know this is podcast. So let me break it down for you. This is the podcast that helps you, navigate Nigerian experience and helps you break down Nigerian life. This great country we call the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, and we started this podcast in the year of COVID 2020. What was COVID again? 2020, right? Yeah.
2020.
And it's been three
I heard,
years.
I heard
Yes.
this your backstory, Nada. I love it. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Yes. So just in case. And we've been around for 3 years talking about the highs and lows of Nigerian existence, what has happened during that period. And we've seen quite a lot from NSAS to the COVID times to the
So
election,
hidden palliatives.
palliative, the riots, everything. We've seen all the whole madness. Buhari times.
Listen,
So the last 3 years of Buhari, that was not Benz at all.
at all.
Yeah, and we
We've
are
really
glad that you
been
are listening
here.
to us. Yeah. If you want to send us a fan mail, that's quite simple. Just send us fan mail at family@234essential.com.
And follow us on every social media platform at 234 Essential Podcast. IG,
Yes,
TikTok, Facebook,
everything.
Twitter, X now. Yeah,
X, yes,
everywhere,
X.
please.
Yeah.
Follow us,
Also,
guys.
also, it is very important to subscribe to our newsletter because that's what we'll be giving you exclusive news, which is coming up very, very soon. So if you want to have like exclusives, the first deets about what's happening on the podcast, first content, that is the place for you. If you want to be a VIP member, I know you Nigerians like VIP because when you go to the club, you'll be able to choke all of your head inside VIP. When there's
Afro
space everywhere.
Nation VIP tickets sold out, so we definitely love VIP.
Shout out to you and the Agberos that will be beating you people at Afro Nation, not me and my
How do you
household.
feel so?
Don't worry. I know Lagos very well. Thank you very much. Anyway,
Alright,
so don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter and also send us fan mail. Now let's get the ball rolling. Yeah, and if you listen to our last episode, our highly conceptual and thought-provoking episode about the tribunal and the way forward for Nigeria, we thank you very much. If you've not listened to that, you can just go back to wherever you listen to your podcast, wherever you listen to 234 Essential, and listen to it and catch up with us. Yeah. All right.
fantastic.
Okay.
Pepsi after, guys. Listen, Pepsi, PEPT after.
Okay, what's on our docket for today? Fan mail first. All right, let's go. Fan mail. Shout out to Night Post for sending us mail this week.
Promptly.
This is from Chirumebi. Hi Chirumebi. What's up, good people? I hope everything is okay. On the last episode of Loose Talk, that the GO said his last relationship was in January, but he was deceiving us with CBIC. So when were you
Wow.
telling us that you were on the mountain top to pray? It was another mountain you were climbing. Bombastic side eye to you, Daddy Gio. It shall be well,
Love it.
Sha. And you also didn't tell Ugochi you had a cocolet in the background. Yoruba men will never change. Crying with
Never.
tears emoji. This mobile thing feels like Nollywood to me. See how the family strangers on the internet and the media have been piling on his wife. What are your thoughts on popular figures endorsing or doing adverts for betting companies? Have an amazing weekend, good people, and stay jiggy as usual. Thank you very much. Chidu maybe.
Thank you,
Uh,
Chidu. Maybe before you answer, I want
yes.
to say that today I was musing to myself and I was saying it's been a minute I heard CBIC, and then
Inflation.
voila,
We
look
do
at
we now do virtual service. Since inflation and removal of
right.
subsidy, things have been tight. People don't come to Lagos Ibadan Expressway anymore. It's very far.
Oh,
It's a far something. So
okay.
yeah,
But we've
yeah.
not even been hearing about you promoting. Is it because of this? Because first I was just I'm a little backward on. I have a backlog for loose talk, so I haven't listened. I
It's still
haven't
like
caught up. But they open your bum bum now. They say you get relationship for January. It's okay if you
you
didn't
see
tell
your
me.
life.
But like, wow,
You see your life.
what's how is this my life? What did I
Notice
do?
you're not just listening. You're not in tune.
But now they don't already put me up to speed.
Okay.
So do you want to talk about
Until
that?
until you listen, we cannot be up to speed. Mhm.
Wow. You do this one. This one you
Deserve
want
it.
to
You
I
want
answer
deserve it.
Chidu maybe because he asked you.
How do you know it's not a babe? I think he.
I don't know. I don't. Are we gender
Yeah.
sensitive here?
Chiru maybe doesn't mean that if somebody is a man of God, you no go marry. All the men of God you have in Nigeria, they not marry. They're all married now.
Fair point.
Which one is a long serving bachelor? So I don't understand. So I don't get. Yeah.
I love
Your second
it.
point in the email, this mobile thing feels like Nollywood film to me. Update: Naramali is back in the country. According to him, he's with the
Yeah.
police, or according to the police, he has been arrested. Which whenever you like, just accept it. Mobile's father gave an interview with BBC, and strangely, he's calling for a DNA test on his grandson. Now, this is where it really becomes
Wow.
Nollywood to me because I don't understand. If I'm being a sinister Nigerian, I would say they're trying to tussle for Mobile's estate, and that is why this is
Mm-hmm.
coming up. Because it will be harder for you to do what you want to do if there is an heir to the estate, which is obviously the son.
Exactly. And
So if you want to,
royalties.
yeah, yeah, obviously, that's what I mean by estate. In the music, it's
Oh,
called estate.
okay.
So for entertainers or service, it's called
Amazing.
estate,
Didn't
basically.
know that.
Yeah. So if you take away the son, you can push away the wife. She's not your family now. So if you do away the
Yeah.
son, you are free to take away all the largesse that you believe. So I believe there's something sinister behind this, and I don't think I've not yet seen anything that points to the fact that it is what they're trying to claim, and I think it's just bullshit at the end of the day. And it's a
Mm.
shame that social media is pushing this out, especially some very stupid influencers, the one that are always half naked, wearing one
Please don't
singlet up
kill
and
me.
down. Yeah, I don't want to mention their name. Promo is very expensive, so
I
it's
get
sad to
that.
see that. It's sad to see that. Your third point: what are your thoughts on popular figures endorsing or doing adverts for betting companies? I don't see a problem as long as there's a caveat which says that bet responsibly and people under 18 should not bet. But we know this is
I
Nigeria
mean,
where betting is not a source of income for people. So what can you do?
100%. The way
Yeah,
of living, the way of
yeah.
livelihood.
It's like you saying that
So,
celebrities should not endorse alcoholic drinks at the end of the day.
exactly.
Yeah,
Or sex toys
I don't know about condoms. Sorry, no, I don't know
or
about sex toys.
condoms
Sex
as
toys,
well.
yeah. I never seen any celebrity endorsing sex toys before in Nigeria. There's no,
You
that's
don't.
not jiggy.
Yeah, some of them. So some of them like endorse like Gucci products, right? Like sexual enhancers.
And but it's not
Um.
billboard. It's not billboards now. Like you can't go on Tom Milan Bridge now and see somebody holding a dildo.
Oh, is this person specifying to billboards?
No, obviously when I say betting companies, I mean like really large brands that will put you out there. Not like the normal Instagram kind of thing. I mean like real billboard posters, TV, radio adverts, and
And
all that stuff.
endorsement, na endorsement. So Instagram now is moving more numbers these days. Some than billboards. I stand to be corrected.
I
But
know, but I'm
yeah,
saying that. But in terms of visibility, at the end of the day, you'll be on Tom Milan Bridge and I see somebody holding vibrator. The accidents go
amazing.
plenty. Accidents go plenty on Monday morning. It's gonna be
Oh my
massive.
god. But of course, they don't have to hold the vibrator in their hand now. It could be a
How we go do?
catchphrase.
Okay, what are you catching?
If you know,
Small
you know,
orgasms.
type
Okay,
of
all right, all right.
voltage, my body, electric, they shock me. That's what it will be.
Shout out to the Plutomanians in the house.
Love it. All the people with voltage in their body.
Yep.
I
Family
mean,
two. Oh, sorry, you want to say something?
I,
Say it.
I don't know if my opinion matters in this at this point, but yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody endorsing anything. At the end of the day, every product is a product. For it to be in the market, somebody is purchasing or somebody is buying, right?
Yeah.
If it goes with the ethics of the person, why not? If not, I mean, besides money, sometimes is gotten through a dirty process. I mean, if betting is the only thing that you have to endorse, this well and bet responsibly, as I already said. So
I also think
no
it's a thing of
issues.
ethics. I know it's a thing of ethics,
Yeah.
like in America now, I know they have like certain places where you can bet, casinos and all that. So I'm fan on it because it can lead to addiction and do a lot of harmful things to you, which is already doing in Nigeria. Let's be factual.
There are a
I
lot of
saw
things that lead to addiction.
Yeah, I saw a documentary where one guy said he wanted to go and bet, right? And he
Yeah.
ended up not taking his phone back. Like he ended up leaving the betting shop without his phone. Yeah,
Wow. Like he forgot
because
it or he used the
no,
phone to bet.
he went to gamble. He gambled all his money, right? I think he lost.
Okay.
He not borrowed money. He lost again. He now told the person he borrowed that, please, you know what? Hold my phone. When I win, I'll collect my phone. I'll collect my phone back from him.
Mm,
Nothing. The guy did not win, so he came back. He came back home without a phone.
he'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll be okay. Definitely, you'll
He'll
be
be
okay.
very fine. He traded it for his for his joy. It
Who's
was making
Joe?
him happy.
Joe will know win anything.
The
Okay,
serotonin in his brain was popping.
good for him. The poverty in his home belly will pop more. Don't worry. Last.
Bulging. Don't kill
Second
me.
farm mail from KC Boy, King's College. Hey, 234. Just wanted to
Or
massively thank you for
Kelechi.
bringing in a Giro last week for the in depth conversation about the political issues crippling our beloved country.
Oh,
The
oh.
nuance with which you all have approached the conversation is thought provoking, and the stories on managing the election process by everyday civilians is painfully inspiring. I want to give a
Mm.
shout out to those who actively tried their best to facilitate a fair election, and may God bless you with the strength to keep trying for a better Nigeria. I wonder what it would take for us to have a system that could genuinely hold our leaders accountable because opposition parties don't. Elections clearly can't, and poverty makes it impossible for people to try hard enough. Keep up the great work, KC Boy.
Thank
Shout out
you,
to KC
Casey
Boy.
boy.
They call KC guys again. They have one fancy name for themselves. I can't remember.
There's Kelechi. Huh?
No, no. There's a case like if you come from
Oh, like
case
King's
King's College,
College.
yeah,
Oh,
then there's a name for you. They're very proud school like this. But
what's
you will
their
know
name?
why.
I think I've heard it, but I
Floret,
don't
is it
remember it.
Floret? Abi Floret, Abi Flor. Let me look for that
Oh, I
name.
don't
Kings
know.
is something. Very proud school like this.
I don't know if King's College still holds its prestige though. I don't hear a lot of
Yeah,
youngies saying they're going to King's College these days.
it has all the glory. It's Floret or Florite or something like that. Sha. I know
Mm,
that's
okay,
what they keep saying. Yeah.
nice.
Um,
Based on
Farm
weight and
Mail
weight, alright.
3. Yeah. This is from Anonymous. Please keep me unknown. We've already done that. What's up, good people of Lagos? I hope you all are good. I'm still catching up on previous episode and it's been fun. I'm the person that sent the email about helping a friend find a job. I spoke to him and he said he has all the qualities. He got me annoyed because that doesn't help at all. I'm sure he's good with typing on Microsoft Word and Google Docs like everyone else. Because the last time I saw him, he was doing his final year project himself. Maybe a job as a secretary or personal assistant will be nice. He can start from there and move up at least. I have a question for you guys today. What are your thoughts on Jimmy Odukoya becoming a pastor? As for me, as long as he meets all the necessary requirements, I don't mind. I heard he has been a pastor for 5 plus years. So I don't know why Nigerians are acting silly. It's sad that in 2023, Nigerians haven't moved on from the if you are wearing dreads, you're a bad person. And you have low cut, you're a good boy syndrome. Happy birthday in arrears, Ezege 1 or 2 3 for essential. Don't let
Thank you,
Nigeria take your
Oji.
joy, Biko. Bye from
Thank
now.
you.
For now, my people. First of all the chieftaincy title that we didn't go for. God will judge all you
Now
people.
for you. Why you?
All
Because
this
I didn't invite you. It's because you don't. You will not. If you are you interested to know my titles though?
no, let us even go for the naming ceremony. Let's go for the chief title, chieftaincy
Don't
ceremony
worry. On
first.
a low, because we no one shout. You
Be
know,
like all this
anybody where they give chieftaincy, no say you don't do doings. Do you want them? Do you want
if
people to think I have money? I don't have. Oh.
it be like all these mischievous is indigo titles that you
Yes,
see they
then
say
the one of
one
Lagos.
Akure, excuse me, sir.
I
No.
love it.
Why don't
Why?
you come yourself? Yeah, easy. Calm
Why
down.
you
All this mischief.
gatekeeping Lagos?
I'm not giving Yoruba people do it too. Yoruba people have some funny. You see, Bale of Agongi. Excuse me, Agongi.
What's the meaning of Ashiri?
Actually, let me know the context. I don't know the context you're saying it in.
Man, I don't know, man. Every other thing was Yoruba, and then it got to that Ashiri, and I'm just like Ashiri.
Or maybe it's that Sherry that you want to say.
I have no idea. Anyway,
Anyway,
yeah,
what did he say? Yeah, thank you for your farm mail. As per Jimmy Odukoya, I have no problem with him becoming head pastor. He has been a pastor for several years, and I also think he had like his own parish or branch. I'm not certain, but I think he has been actively being a pastor. I know a lot of Nigerians are confused because they see him in Nollywood movies. You know, he was very active in Nollywood. Even last year, he was in The King's Woman. Yeah,
yeah.
Abi, the Woman King
No,
or the King.
Woman King.
Sorry, the Woman King. Sorry,
Yeah,
I said the King Zuba.
I
The
love
Woman,
it.
the Woman King. Yeah. As for the dreadlocks, brother, we still have a long way to go in Nigeria. Long
Listen,
way to go.
you got
I
a
saw a
long
video.
way to go.
I saw a video today where a new undergrad that was about to enter. Maybe it was Bangkok or Bowen, and the registration women were redoing her hair
The
because her hair
girl,
needed.
Abby.
Yes, and I'm like, shout out to private universities because when it comes to tech in Nigeria, they're the ones leading the way.
Yeah.
Almost every tech person that you see in Nigeria today came out from a private university in Nigeria. But it is alarming that these places are glorified secondary schools and moral
God, I
camps.
beg.
Like, bro, how can you not do, bro? You
And
can't
she
do hair.
had braids on. It
You
was
can't
just braids.
also. I know the parents also mean well for their children because they want you to graduate in 4 years. But also think about the mental. Like, how can you send a child to a school where social development is stunted for kind of loud? You can't mix with
In
opposite sex.
2023.
You can't own a. I know for a while in Covenant, you cannot own a phone. I don't know if they still have that draconian
I
law.
think it's still on right now.
Like, I
They
don't
allowed
get fam.
iPads though.
What's the difference?
Potato,
And
potato.
low key, everybody knows if you are in the know, if you are not civilian in this Lagos state, you know that the freakiest people the freakiest boys come from private universities.
I don't know
No,
about this.
I know this.
I
I
don't
can
know
tell
about
you.
it. I cannot corroborate this
We
story.
have done a barber shop statistics, research.
Have you been, first of all, I think the one that will matter the most is if you have been with a frisky private university student,
Cannot
female.
confirm or deny based on my
So
anointing right now. So I cannot confirm it.
so we
Away.
shall not take your words for it. We shall not take your statistical data for it.
See, guys, if you are listening to the send a fan mail, the way Unilag babes were seen in the 90s as the cream of the crop in the early 2000s. That's why you see Babcock girls now.
I
Confirm.
don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't
Ugochi,
know about that.
I said that she's enter street. I told Ugochi to come out. She didn't come out. She has retired from the streets.
I
So
beg
she
all
don't
those
know.
kind of streets. I don't like him again.
They call
First,
Ugochi
see,
auntie. If Ugochi is walking on
can
the road, I
we
say, good afternoon, ma. How are
please?
you,
You
ma?
need to. Very
Tired.
important.
Now, already saying you. When they pack your load, they go.
See, first of all, I want to say a big thank you to this person who wished me a happy birthday and calling me a Ziggy one of 234 Essential. Thank you. I accept my title humbly. But like based off of what I was saying right now about me not wanting to go out, in a way it is true. I think that I've gotten to a certain point where I want to cut off some kind of outing, especially one with a lot like large crowds. I don't
Yeah.
want to be in that so much. It's a little overwhelming these days for me. Um Maybe more private outings, more low key, more quiet, more intimate
I hope you are going
outings.
for the. I hope you are going for the Pulse Award, shall. That one is Saturday, Abi.
Yes, sir. I don't even know what
Yeah,
date it is though. Say
it's
October
Saturday.
7th.
I think it's Saturday. Let
Okay.
me look
I
at
thought it was
my
a
calendar.
Friday.
It can't be a Friday because there's something
God, I
happening
beg.
on a Friday. It's Saturday, yes. I never buy
Okay,
clothes till I go there.
okay.
This is the problem of people going out to a lot now. Now you don't get to go, they will buy clothes anyhow. Like,
I'm
what's this?
telling you, it's good. It's good. It helps with first of all the styling. You sort of know what works for you and what doesn't work for you anymore.
Yep, yep, yep.
I don't even know what I'm going to wear, to be honest. I what do you think we should wear? How are
Me, I
we
already know what I'm going
looking?
to wear. I know what I'm going to wear though. It just has
Uh,
it's just me buying a few things, but I know what I'm going to wear.
I need to be comfortable, Sha. Most importantly, I
No,
don't
but
want
it's comfort though.
to.
I'm sorry, I cannot be wearing clothes and not be there decent. I
Yeah,
have to be comfortable. Sorry.
I need to be 100% comfortable. Shout out to the people at Pulse for the invite.
Shout out to
Thank you
you guys.
guys.
Also,
234
what do you think
Ministry is
about
moving.
Jimmy Odukoya? Speaking of ministries and him wearing dreads, and first of all, his parents' church is like one of the biggest Pentecostal churches in
Yeah,
Lagos,
yeah.
influential, and obviously they have conservative members, and it will be very hard to say that they're the GO, not rocking ordinary dreads like those very militant
Thick
dreads,
on ones.
and it's muscular too. Now wear body tight fitting, trad again.
Do you
So
get
what
what
do
I
you think
mean?
about that? Yeah, what do you think about that?
I don't have, first of all, I think I'm even the wrongest person to ask because when it comes to appearance, anybody who knows me knows that like I'm not big on. I have multiple piercings. I cut my hair. I dye my hair. So I'm not probably the best person to ask this question. But I don't think it's. I think that Christianity has sort of, especially in. Oh no, let me put it this way: religion in Nigeria has sort of assumed a godlike jury um position in our lives, right? So
Yes.
Nigerian Christians or religious Christians try to make decisions for God. And I sort of see where they're coming from, because the Old Testament is all about the laws, following the laws, doing what is right by the books. But with the New Testament and the word made flesh, we need to understand,
Yeah.
like, all those
There's no
things don't
battle.
matter anymore. Do you understand
Yeah.
what I mean? God wants us now to keep our eyes on Him. And who are we to say what the person should look like? I mean, the Bible even has stories of people who God has blessed, that people with human eyes, prophets with human eye, were using to say, "Oh, this would be the best one for God." But God has selected the cattle boy to rule the people. Do you get what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel like we need to stop, like, looking at Christianity through the eyes of religious fanatics, and more through the eyes of, if it is God's will, then let it have its way. So if the
Yes.
people, or have seen that, okay, the spirit dwells in this person, what does it matter if he has dreads? What does it matter if he acted in Nollywood? What does it matter where he's from, what he's done? Do you understand?
I
What is the ethos of Christianity? Is forgiveness, love. Why
yeah.
are we
I
salvation?
mean,
What are we talking
I mean,
about? Physical things.
Samson had dreads. So what do you
Do you get what
expect?
I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. And for me, it's just like, I don't know. When you were reading the question, I was just like, man, it's easy for me to say anyway right now, because we're in Lagos. We have a lot of freedom here. I was in the East for a long time, and I'm from the East of Nigeria, and I know how Christianity is, like, the traditions and rules of Christianity are really upheld, right? I remember being sent out of a church because my slit was too high, for
Wow.
church. Yeah, or just not even let into the church because, your hair is not covered. But here in Lagos, if you wear jeans, go to church, self, nobody's going to say anything to you. So, like, based off of, exactly. So based off of geographical location, so people receive the message of God differently. People understand the Bible differently. People perceive the word of God differently. So to each their own. If for their
Yeah.
church they say they don't want that, man, I don't know what to say. They decide, or they and their clear consciences decide. I don't know. But I have no
Yeah.
problem with that. He's good for what he is.
Same
Anybody
here.
can be used to work in the vineyard of the Lord, and nobody's to question that.
Preach
But who
it.
are we to say?
Preach it, sister.
Tell them I
Okay, we
am
go.
in a good mood now.
All
I think I want
right.
to go into the next section first. Ayo,
Okay.
how's your week?
My week was interesting. So from the last time, so the BBC interview came out.
Love
Um,
it. Saw that.
yeah. Actually, very
Whoop
dope.
whoop.
Shout out. I was happy that I could lend my voice to the cause for justice for Mubad, which is still ongoing right now. I did due diligence and I shared it on my socials. I know people gave me feedback. I thank them for it. I tried not to get clout from it like way some other people are doing. Just small caption.
Please don't
I
kill
just use
me.
two emojis. I put light emoji and dove emoji. Simple as that.
Was it conscious?
Yeah, I was conscious. I don't want to start writing that. Oh, I've laid my voice in this trouble. Just respect the dead. Pay your homage and all that. Yeah. So that came out.
Mad.
Sometime on was it Wednesday or Thursday? Google invited me to their 25th anniversary. They had,
Movements.
yeah, it was
Love
it was
it.
okay, cool. I met Excel and a bunch of I met Excel and
Shout
Austin
out to
there.
Excel
Yeah,
and Austin. I don't know who
which
Austin is.
Austin is the guy that came for your birthday, the that guy now. I'll
Oh
tell
my
you off the
god.
pod.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's Austin. Yeah.
Oh, please call the name. Okay, you can't call the name that we know him by.
No, I can't,
Shit.
I can't give you
Yeah,
the
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Austin,
you
shout
tell
out
us.
to you.
Yeah, so yeah, I chopped it up there for a bit. It was on Thursday. I
Oh
remember
my
it was on
word.
Thursday. I did that. So that was basically my week. A
Nice.
new article has come out. I'm not yet shared it. It's on Al Jazeera right now about how internet fraud was celebrated in Nigerian music. So it spoke about Yahoozy, basically. Just
Yeah,
focused on Yahoozy. I'll share that out tomorrow by the time you guys are listening to that already. Yeah,
it would
so
have dropped.
professionally it has been a very good week.
Amazing.
So on Sunday I went for the Jameson event. Jameson are having like a week long independence
Love
event.
it.
Yeah, I was there to work. I'm not there to play anyway. I was
Mm-hmm.
there to work. So when I got, I had to get there early, like around 5. And I
Yeah.
went to the stage, and somebody tapped me and said, you're how far? And I look back, and it's like a long time friend. We used to go
Mm.
to the same church together. But everybody, as an
Nice.
adult, at one point, all of you leave the family church. So he left, I
Mm-hmm.
left. I've not seen him in like years. Okay, I saw him like on the 31st when we came
Okay.
back to church just for watching that, but I didn't see him there. So we started catching up, and he just told me that I'm not in Nigeria anymore. I'm in the UK, and it
Love
dawned
it.
on me that apart from families being torn apart, right, people's social support system are dying. Like
Yes.
the people who you grew up
Oh
with
my God.
are being scattered around the world just because they're looking for a better life, a better day, a better
Yeah.
future for their children, and we don't know how psychologically that impacts people. Because if you have a tight group of 5 friends in Lagos and you guys go through the whole motions together, you
Yeah.
know, relationships, marriage, loss of a loved one, ups and downs of life, and things happen and people are jackpying, it becomes really scared. It becomes really scary.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have those contact people that you build with, your nurture
Yeah.
relationship, then what do you have as at the end of the day? So apart from economically, the brain drain, the whole social fabric is being torn apart. Because at a certain
Very true.
age, trust me, you're not looking for a new friend anymore. You're not going out to talk, nah,
Mm-hmm.
hi.
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 no. You're comfortable in
Yeah.
your old ways. If your friend is not 100% good, he's not pretend, it's okay like that. You're giving your
Yeah.
80%, I'm fine. And it's just weird. Obviously, there's technology now, there's social media apps, you can do
Yes.
virtual calls, but it's not the road.
It's
It's not
not the
like, oh, guy,
same.
let's go and get a drink
Mm-hmm.
outside, or just come to my house
Mm-hmm.
and let's
Mm-hmm.
gist and let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not like
Mm-hmm.
that anymore. And a lot of Nigerians are going through it. You find out that almost everybody, your friends, are all going, you know, and it
100%.
begins to negatively impact on you, like mentally, like what the fuck.
Very
You begin to even
true.
question yourself that what am I even still doing here if everybody's going? And you
Yeah.
notice the future is already uncertain, more uncertain. Like what the fuck at the end of the day. And you just get real tired by the whole bullshit. But
Yeah.
that was like the major thinking point for me this week. Sha. That's what I just thought about. Like,
Amazing.
it's not ordinary. When we see the numbers, it's not just 500 Nigerians.
Yeah.
It's 500 relationships have been broken. You
Of
know,
course. Of
and that's
course.
and that's and that's why a lot of Nigerians are going through mental health issues, and people are now going back to like addiction. People are now relying on things that they are addicted to. For some, luckily for them, is religion. For some,
Yeah.
it creates. Some people lean on other things that creates harmful behavior, drugs,
Yes. Yes.
sex. And I
Yes.
guess that's why a lot of people go to the gym these days just to burn out that.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, man. Let me just close my mind and
And to
just
see people.
yeah,
Just to see
let me see
people.
people. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really crazy, man. A lot of people are going through that shit. And people who travel too also miss home because at the end of the day, home is your home at the end of the day. And you
Yeah.
can't just say, it's 7 p.m. Let me just go out to this restaurant and let me hang out with my guys. It's crazy. Maybe you're
Exactly.
working 2 jobs. So where's the time for you to even hang out? It's
Exactly.
a fucked up situation, bruv.
It's so sad.
It's a silent
I
civil war.
this
The
this
silent civil
this
war that we don't know about.
honestly,
Where
this
people are
should be the
living.
title of this episode,
Yeah.
Silent
So
Civil War.
we have refugees who are running away from economic war. And you
Mm-hmm.
know what war already does to people already. This the mentality
Listen,
that you are not doing this. This is a very silent one. Nobody, there are no guns, no bullets, no bombs, no peace treaties. It's
just
just happening.
casualties.
We are hemorrhaging like people. We are damaging relationships,
Just
bonds, family
casualties.
ties, and now just
Yes.
casualties. But yeah, it's crazy,
Yes.
man. Yeah,
Yes.
it
Oh
finally
my
done.
god.
The epiphany struck me like a thunderbolt.
I love it. I think that you are not that I think. I feel like you just spoke my mind from the week some days from in fact the week before my birthday till even Sunday. Remember that my friend at my birthday that you were like, "Oh, she's pretty."
Oh, yeah, I went to Abeokuta with them together.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
she relocated on Sunday.
Hey, Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Part of the reasons I couldn't make it for that Jameson event. But
I
here's
understand.
what it is, right, guys? What Ayo has just said is the Bible. This is the gospel. We look at these matrices and the numbers mentioned, oh, Nigerians are relocating. But we don't know how much they are until like your complete network is gone.
Yeah,
And you're spending more time by yourself. I told somebody recently that I'm actually feeling very lonely.
And loneliness is bad. It eats into your
It's
mind.
so, and this is the truth,
It's
you guys.
monster. It's a monster. Yeah.
And it just feels like you're talking honestly to me and about me, even though like we haven't even spoken this week, right? Like we haven't voice spoken or spoken at
Yeah.
length. I used to have a very solid support system. I want to believe that I still do, but to be honest, I'm doubtful. The whole jackpot thing in church on Sunday, October 1st, the priest was preaching about this exactly. Was talking about how everybody's moving because Nigeria turns 63 this week. This week now of recording.
Yeah. In case you guys
Yeah,
don't know,
happy
happy
independence,
independence, guys.
Nigerians. I don't know if it's happy or whatever, but like whatever it is, independence, sha. And the priest was talking during his independence sermon about how families are being torn apart, how people are relocating for a better life to get money to send back home, but are employing other people to take care of their parents. And the the level of care
Yeah.
that is given, nobody really knows because the truth is nobody can take care of your aged parents like you. Also spoke about friendship.
True.
Friendship is so important. And as I rightly said, as the older we're growing, I'm not in the mood to be making new friends. Though I am
At
actually
all now.
forced to make new friends.
You're open to
Yes.
it.
Not say forced, but
Yeah.
like situation has already called us to make new friends. Like, what are you going to do? Human beings are social by interaction. We need to interact physically, socially. We need to get together. But like right now, literally, my friend messaged me and she said, "Omo, Ugochi, no more. I'll come and meet you in Lekki." And I'm like, "Yeah." This is somebody that even when I served in Ekiti, because of her, I went to Ondo. Because of me, she came to Ekiti. Stuff like that. So there's so much interactions, we have in common for a long ass time over a period of 14 years. And now this relationship has been cut off, as well as so many others because there's still more people going to relocate. And it just leads us to the fact that, to the point where we're like, so what are we going to do? Who are the people we're going to banter with? Every time you're on the phone now, everything is virtual. Your work is hybrid or is remote,
Yeah.
your everything is something. And that's what I'm saying to you. Like, I'm honestly now tired of going to large crowds because I never knew I had social anxiety up until recently. It's just like I used to go out with my friends, so it made sense. Now I can't be going out to big crowds like that all by myself. What if I drink and I get drunk and I need a friend to take me home? Doesn't mean that, of course, I haven't made new
Yeah.
connections, right? I have, but it's not the same thing. But as we've come to,
Yeah. And
do you
connections
understand what
take
I
time.
mean?
It takes time. So when you start friendship again, you have to
From the
water it, you have to
bottom
plant it, nurture
again, it's
it.
so long and stressful.
You now do that. You now do that again, and there's another
See,
japa
and people
wave,
keep
and people
going.
just
And guess what?
it's
Even when they're
it's mental.
abroad, they can't see each other because everything is time based. You have to work, you have to feed,
Yeah.
you need to pay your bills, it's time.
It's an
Do you
intensive
get what I
capitalist
mean? So
society.
you're not, even if you say, "Oh, I'm going to relocate and join my friend," the big news flash is that you might never see that your friend in the same, like, time has gone. It's not possible. You can't have
Very
the same
possible.
thing.
Unless 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 doing like Nigerian community
And
events,
even
like
that is not
yeah, you can now just
guaranteed
see you
that you
guys
will
once
see
in a
your
while.
friend. There's no
It's
guarantee.
not guaranteed. Yeah.
So I've
Yeah.
during my birthday episode, I was telling you guys how, like, I've been nursing a heartbreak because I'm losing friends to Jackba, and everybody, of course, is saying, "Oh, what you relocate to." And I asked myself the value of my life. What is important to me? This question has defined my life from last year till now and moving forward. Time and money is important to me. What do I need time for? I need time for the people I still have here. And I need money, of course, to create the
Yeah.
experiences that we need to make it even happier and livelier and memorable because time is limited, right? The Bible says, teach us to number our days, right? I want to number my days with people that love me
Yeah.
and I love them. I don't want to put money before that. more importantly for me, this season of my life has taught me that the people who show up for you are more important than the people who give you money. If I physically can see you, I'm more
Mm-hmm.
grateful than saying, oh, take this money and just, no, I want to see you. Your time is money. Yes, you might not be able to check it in the bank, but come on, relationships, what's going on? Everybody, we're going through it. Whether you have relocated or you're here in Nigeria, is a complete mind fuck. And I'm really sad, but again, we embrace change. And we hope for the best for the future.
Yeah. So
I don't know. We hope for the best for the future. I mean,
so how was your week? Let's turn up the let's turn up
away
the
from feeling
energy now. How
sad
was your
from
week?
losing friends, my week was great. It was filled with a lot of planning and execution on small, micro and mini projects. Um, on Monday, I went for the
Okay.
working circle again. This time around, I held another discussion. A how do they call it when you have like conversation? Yeah,
Fire
fireside
chat.
chat, but like I wanted to call it something else. Yeah, so we had if I
A fireside chat.
moderated the fireside chat with Cynthia. Shout out to Cynthia of Maya Tafel. Um, I think she's the head of brand and growth or something at my. It was such a fun one. The gathering was amazing. We had a lot of powerful young people in the crowd, and it was amazing. Um, People, different works of life. My God, it was so interesting to hear what everyone was doing and thinking about. And the question for the day was self gratification or self appreciation over occupational achievement or something like that. Which one would you prefer? Which would it be? Self appreciation or occupational gratification or something? I can't remember the word verbatim, but self appreciation, or you rather appreciate yourself or get appreciated from work.
At one point, you have to get appreciated for your work because that's how your career can grow at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
I'll take the latter. At the beginning of my career, just knowing that I was good enough was okay. But at one point, being good is not to yourself. You want to show. You
100%.
need that. Yeah, you need that feedback to say, okay, so people can know. Oh, so that you can know that your work is at the highest level. So at the
I
end of the day, you need.
agree.
Yeah,
I completely agree because that was the conversation like everybody was talking about. Yes, you want to appreciate yourself for doing the work, but like if career wise you're not also getting the kind of recognition that you need for the work you've done,
yeah,
especially for people who don't know how to put their work in front, like to know how to properly publicize. LinkedIn these days is a chokehold for
yeah.
achievements. Everybody just be putting out that stuff. But as sad as it may sound, we have to do it. It is
If you
very
don't show us,
important.
if you don't show yourself, then nobody's gonna. Yeah, it's a fact of
Yes,
life. It's a fact of
work
life.
to show yourself approved. Eh?
Yes, and that's why you see me going out for events every time now because
I love
it's not as if
it.
Uber money has reduced. It's even worse now, but it is what it
But what
is.
has to be done needs to be done, right?
At the end of the day, man, now you don't find job now, so you have to put your back into it.
Yeah, I'm actually suffering currently from this, and I'll talk a little bit about it before I continue with the rest of my week. Um, I don't know if you saw that community that posted a profile on both of us for 234 Essential.
Yeah, I saw it briefly. Yeah,
Yeah, shout out to them. I think their name is Skis Africa. I need to be sure before so that I don't murder it because that was a fantastic thing they did.
yeah.
When I read my bio on what they posted, the reason I didn't repost it honestly was because my bio was rough,
Miles are dated.
was very
Miles are
terrible.
dated. That's why I didn't repost it. So, guys, if you are listening, you can just hit us up on in our DM. So we'll give you the updated version or
Yeah,
the more concise,
but
more
he,
sellable version.
but he, But here it is, Ayo. We honestly have to be the ones to put it out.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I think they got mine from my LinkedIn or
The
something.
minute exactly, the minute I saw that, I was like, what? It was a mismatch. I have the screenshot somewhere. I would look for I think let me look for it and read it. It was such a mess, and it dawned on me that oh my god, Ugochi, as much as you don't we understand the work like me, I understand the work that I have done, and the people who I have worked for know what I have done. People really don't know what I have done. And That's sad. It's so sad because how can I now be at this point in my career, this 8, 9 years strong, and somebody's saying from podcasting to marketing. I started podcasting 3 years ago. I did marketing 6 years ago. I've been a salesperson all my career. And somebody says from podcasting to marketing and even fashion. What does that mean? Their name is Skika Africa. Ugochi is on a mission to leave her mark in as many spaces as possible. Of course, the second part is amazing. She says Ugochi is an amazing conversationalist and an avid lover of creativity and people. Oh my god, shout out to them. But like that bio was just so off. I've been a salesperson all my life. I still am. My consultancy currently is on that. But I'm also understanding that even in my conversations with friends and people, especially now because I'm making new friends, I have to be explaining myself. And you know that you go explain, no evidence. I don't want that to be my story. I don't want that to be my story at all because I'm actually stressed out by it. And so I have to honestly now focus on working on a portfolio to put it out because this is completely unacceptable. Um, yeah, and I understand that I have to do that work. So if you're a person like me who is okay being an underdog and it's not just about putting your word out there, my dear, the older you grow in your career, then you realize that, oh my God, people really be undermining you because they don't know what you've done. I've gone for an interview where somebody told me that, oh, because she doesn't really agree with me. She thinks I need some hand holding. She's been selling now for 3, 4 years, and I told her I've been doing it for almost 9 years, so I don't need your hand holding. And I immediately saw the shock on the person's face, and I immediately also realized my own error. I haven't been putting the word out. So how do you expect new people to trust you if they don't think that you've done it before? So put the word out. If this is for you, this is a sign to put the word out. Package it as much as you want to, but ensure that you know how to do the work that you say you've done. Very important. After the working circle, of course, did some networking there. Amazing guys, amazing stuff. I've been working on a couple pro bono projects, very interesting. All of them are female centered. We're working on a couple of things towards the end of the year, from We Tech, Women in Tech, having a conference in December, to the launch of another woman centered brand, Women's Space. Anyone who has reached out to me to say, oh, the Women's Space interview you did, what about that? It's coming soon. The brand is launching soon. I'm working on that. And just a couple other projects that I've been handling. They've been going great. I'm very excited about the next couple of months and what the future holds. Doing it scared, doing it unsure. Um, I also met up with a couple of old friends. An old friend came to stay with me from Abuja. We went to uni together, and just having all of that love around me was very
Yeah.
important because I have been going through it emotionally and mentally and physically. I miss physical interactions with people. And so, yeah, my week has just been all of that. I thank God for where I am at. I'm thank God for what has happened, good or bad. God is good.
All the time.
Yeah, it's been an amazing week. And of course, Nigeria turned 63 this week. What did you do for Independence,
I
Ayo,
slept
on
somehow. I
Sunday?
slept somehow. I was work. I told you I went for the event. Basically, that's what I did.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I really just slept at home and thought about my life deeply, to be
That's actually a
honest.
good thing to do. Actually, that was good.
Yeah. Thought about my 63-year-old Nigerian
Hmm.
life. What do you think about Nigeria at 63?
Let's not start again. Just Nigeria 63. We thank God.
Let's just
We thank,
try now.
you know what I'm
Say
saying?
something.
If I say something to be negative, Nigeria 63. Wonderful. 6 decades. Great. Let's move on. That's all I can. That's all I can give. And that leads and that
Terrible.
leads me to the next segment, which is tweet of the week or X of the week, as it is called now. And this is a
Wow.
life motto for me going forward. Whether it's Nigeria or any other thing in
Love
my
it.
life, this is going forward. The
Mm.
the man behind the X or tweet is Ryan Holiday. He's a popular author, Also a content creator on TikTok and social media. He says,
Love
stop
it.
powering through crap. There are many books I regret powering through, not that I regret quitting. Life is too short to put up with bad writing, bad anything. If the food sucks, stop eating it. If the speaker is boring, get up and go. If the party is no
Mm-hmm.
fun, leave. And that's
Period.
my motto now. If I don't act myself, do I like what I'm no, bye bye, I'm gone. I'm done.
That's
And
me.
that influenced
Yes.
my last Instagram post. I just looked at it that come. A team I'm supporting cannot be giving me so
Please
much
don't
pain
kill
in my
me.
life. These guys are millionaires. And
I
if they are
know.
terrible at their own job, I cannot sit down and entertain this bullshit anymore. And then I said,
I love
until
it.
further notice, I renounce my membership of Manchester United. When they get to that level of excellence again, I will pick up the mantle and
I
clap for
love
them.
it.
But right now, they are worse than the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So I cannot entertain this.
Are you switching
No, I'm
teams?
not switching. No, I can't do that. That would be too much. No, I can't do that. I'm not a man of the night. I'm not a whore. Sorry, I cannot be switching teams.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yes,
Love
I'm not a
it.
commercial prostitute or a commercial sex worker.
Okay.
Yes, or a casual one. Yes,
That's what he said.
yes. So that's my life motto right now. It has been helping me with like even
Love it.
relationships. If you do, if send you message, if you no reply, peace. It's all good. One love. God is everything.
Many day bear.
Yes, I cannot be
I
bothered
love it.
anymore. So if you're not fulfilling anything in my life, instead of entertaining bullshit, because we're not the old, we don't get time to the packing. It's all good. It's all right.
I love
The
it.
skies will not fall. Everybody, you do fine. Me, I'll do fine. We all move. So that's it.
See,
Yeah.
very important. Just to add to that, sweet. Also, if there is anybody that you really have been tolerating, and you want to say something serious, and I say laugh out loud, so that it's not be as
No,
if
don't laugh out loud.
you are angry or you send signs.
Say it in all
See,
caps.
say it as you want
Say
it.
it in all caps.
Exactly. If the thing wants to spoil, it should spoil.
Thank God.
Scatter.
Thank God that WhatsApp now has bold. What's that called? Now you can now bold.
Bolding
Yeah,
words.
you can now bold itself. Make it all caps and bold. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. See,
I can't.
I think this has been me for the longest time.
Yeah, oh, me, I just stumbled on it and it has
I
helped me. I've been doing it unconsciously this year, but when I saw that tweet and I said, "Oh, okay,
Mhm.
the energy is aligning now." So there's no,
I love it.
it's all good. Shout out to everybody. We are all on good terms, but what is for you is what's for you. What is for me is what is for me. If our paths align once again, it's all
Listen,
good. That's life. There'll be everybody no go the same way all the time. Yeah,
exactly. And if it makes you happy, it doesn't need to make sense to
yeah.
everybody.
So
Leave
and that is
it.
actually true because people actually
Like,
holding back from their full potential because what will people say? How will I look? I'm a
mm-hmm,
better do it. Time is
exactly.
going at the end of the day.
See, do it. Nothing is promised. Eternal life is not promised. At the end of the day, all of us will still die.
Yes,
Nobody's
you are
making
not.
it out of here
You're not
alive.
Elijah or what's the other guy that walked to the Lord? Enoch or somebody like that walked to the Lord and they never
Mm,
saw him again. But just walk. Elijah
exactly.
with the chariot of fire that just disappeared. He took BRT straight to heaven. He did not have time to die. It was too
Do you
what?
do you remember watching Highway to Heaven
I can't
on
remember that.
Sunday evenings by 9?
I can't remember that one.
Whoa.
Mount Zion.
Ah my god. That eh?
Is it Mount Zion?
No, it was a an American soap opera,
Oh,
Highway to Heaven.
I think I probably
The
watched it.
girl, but I can't remember. Let me even. I'll try to remember. I shall know it was some white lady and a black lady. One of them was the
Oh,
angel.
that's it's not
Uh
Highway to Heaven now. It's Touched by an Angel now.
no, 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 no. Highway to Heaven.
Uh,
I know, I've even opened it just now. So
oh, I thought it was Touched by an Angel.
it's an American fantasy drama television series that ran on the NBC from September 19. Yeah, but yeah, it was that's what it was about. This was the remaining gist is so unimportant, but yeah, honestly, I think it's very important that people say what they mean and mean what they say. Don't say something and mean another thing. If you're There's no need to keep up appearances. Nobody's going to beat you.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to fight with you.
Yep.
The only thing is that if anything you do, they will still talk. So you might as well do what you
Yeah.
want.
I don't
As
know
long
that.
as you're not hurting
Yeah.
anybody. Yeah, as long as you're not hurting anybody, you're not breaking any rules or any laws. If it doesn't work for you anymore, please move on.
Yeah.
For that relationship that you're sad about, move on.
One
If the
time.
person is not making you
One
happy,
time.
leave. If the job is not making you happy, leave.
Yeah.
If your friend is not making you happy, leave. Whatever it is, you're not a tree. You've not been planted by the riverside. Please uproot yourself
Mm-hmm.
in that way and move. Only spiritually that you have been planted by the
Very
riverside.
true.
But please,
Preach it.
if the river don't be flowing, remove yourself from there and keep it
One
moving. Very
time. One
important.
time.
Listen, don't dwell.
Okay.
Insults they come if you dwell.
So, topics now. Topics we're going to talk about on this podcast. First one, obviously, is the big one that has rattled the Nigerian atmosphere. Um,
God I beg,
finally,
make you no
finally,
rattle.
finally, finally, one piece of paper that has been troubling Atiku for all these years in his life. He has taken it personally that he will look for this one piece of paper. One annoying piece of paper has
I
finally
love
come out.
it.
In case you guys don't know what we're talking about, the Chicago State University (CSU) released academic records of President Bola Tinubu to Atiku Abubakar, who was the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party. Nancy Mal- Nancy
Finally.
Maldonado, a federal judge of the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Illinois, earlier ordered the CSU to release the documents article. CSU complied on Monday. Upon the release of the documents, several newspapers reported that the documents authenticate Tinubu's certificate. Finally, our daddy went to school. All you people on WhatsApp, on Telegram, that say our daddy in Asho Rock did not go to school, shame have catch you people.
On X,
Yeah,
by the
On X
way.
too, because all of you can say on X. But, because everything with Tinubu is not 100% true, there's always a K leg.
There's
It's
always
a
a
case of
but.
polio, one way or the other, of
Love
beriberi, of
it.
kwashoko, of ringworm, staying somewhere.
Deficient in vitamin.
So there's this website, Foundation of Investigative Journalism, is a Nigerian website. They actually push out very accurate stories. So they did a fact check on what this means concerning Tinubu's, academic records coming out. So according to people, the first claim was that Tinubu did or Tinubu. Okay, so claim one: Tinubu did or did not attend CSU. The verdict is conclusion. The release CSU document showed that Tinubu attended the university. Even though it is now confirmed that Tinubu indeed attended Chicago State University, the replacement certificate he has been tendering did not emanate from the university. Gang, gang. Look at that.
Love it.
So they're saying that indeed, though, but the one that has been shown to all you Nigerians is not the photocopy of the original.
The one from the
It's the
school.
photocopy of the photocopy.
Mm.
Claim two: Tinubu attended university as a man or a woman. I stand a gender fluid president. The first gender, the first gender fluid president in the world.
I love
So according to
it.
CSU, Bola Tinubu attended the institution as male, but apparently,
As
no, as a male. But apparently, the educational records, academic records he put up to gain admission was indicated that he was female. Look at God. Yes. So Tinubu attended institution as a man, but did not do so but he tendered a woman's documents. Shout out to LGBT. I think
Wow.
the LGBT now can really support
I
the
love
full
it.
force because he's gender fluid. And he's trans something. I don't know what
I
he
think
is.
he was
Maybe he's
shy.
trans man or trans woman. I don't know. But he's a transformer. Anyway, he's transforming,
He's
he's
transgender.
trans something. He's just moving up and down, willy nilly.
Oh my god.
The third claim,
He's questioning.
yeah, third claim, Tinubu is 71 years old, right? Now, according to the
Yeah.
conclusion, Tinubu is either 68, 69, 71, or older.
Wow.
Documents
I
made
love
available by
it.
the CSU raise more questions than answers. And although the university says Tinubu had attended and graduated, the discrepancies in the certificate are yet to be reconciled. Now, the total verdict. Even though the documents from Chicago State University indeed confirm that Tinubu attended the university, they also show Tinubu has been dishonest in his claims about his age, gender, and replacement certificates. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is our president. Nothing's ever black and
Wow.
white with him. There are all shades of gray. There are more
At
shades of gray
all.
than black
I'm
or
telling
white.
you.
So
Is the
he
rainbow.
didn't go to school, but there are questions on whose academic records did he submit to gain admission. Also, there's that of his age, and what was the first one? The certificate. Why did he end up using a certificate that was not issued by the university itself? These are the questions.
He was
The
shy.
article, yeah, I think it was shy of his academic brilliance. He didn't want to just,
Yeah.
dazzle everybody with
You know he's
very
humble. Do
humble.
you understand? He's a very humble
Let me see the
man.
boys' quarters he has in Ikoyi. It's the smallest house on that
Do you
street.
get what I
The
mean?
smallest house on that street. Yeah.
Exactly.
So Atiku has given these documents to his lawyers. Obviously, they are having go to have sleepless nights and look for a way to attack this. So the claim that he makes that Tinubu didn't attend CSU is false. Now they have to go round and now start digging about the female papers that he used to gain admission. But even that is what at the end of the day. I don't think that will do anything. So sorry, Atiku, man.
Maybe he was trying
What do you say?
maybe he was trying to hide from the government or from something. You know, he did say that if they release his document, it will cause irreparable damage to his image, to his
That's what
person.
he's just saying at the end of the day. But I think he was just stalling. I think he just wanted Atiku to waste time and effort. I think that's what he just wanted to do. He just wanted to drag him on. So by the end of the day, say, look, oh, see, and so it's back to square one for Atiku.
So I watched on X during the week. Shout out to somebody on my Snapchat that always repost stuff from X, Twitter.
Yeah,
X. I hate calling it just X because it just feels
yeah.
weird. I have no X's, by the
It's
way.
Elon Musk now.
No
Now
X.
so
Exactly. I have no exes, please. If you're my ex talk, I've never had an ex before, please.
okay.
Um, and Tunde Abati and Rufai were having a conversation about our president's documents. Rufai was standing on the part of the average Nigerian who is more emotional, who thinks about it from a more emotional
Yeah,
perspective, and Abati was looking at it from a legal point of view,
yeah.
right? Rufai was saying, if you did well in school, and it is a prerequisite for you as the number one citizen of the country to have attained this level of education,
Yes.
why is it so bad that you are hiding it from the people? Let us even forget about Atiku.
Yeah.
Atiku asking, yes, we understand that it's for personal gains, but even as a president of the most populous country in Africa, as simple as your educational background or document, you are hiding
So
it.
guess what?
Why?
Guess what?
Why don't you want
There is
us?
a whole new drama concerning. I just want to. I'm just going to add that concerning
Yeah,
uh
yeah, sure.
Tinubu's academic journey. I'm just trying to look for the link. But like what Ufai said, like why are you hiding this? Why are you hiding identity? If you
Exactly.
went to school, it's not something you should be hiding now. It's your achievement at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So you now playing what's it called now? Shadows and
Hide and
hide and seek with
seek.
the thing. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense. There's a
Crazy.
whole lot more to this story, but it now depends if Atiku now has the energy to push this further. I know Atiku has because Atiku,
Or the legal backing
and I'm scared
even.
of Atiku because for since 1993, that's 30 years. Atiku has been trying to become president of this country. If after 30 years he's not tired, that means if
See,
he enters there, there's going to be a problem. Something's going to happen. He has a
I
plan
swear.
for
You get
something.
what they
Yeah.
find. And then Abati was coming from the legal point. I do not know the legal lingo
Yeah.
verbatim, but the idea what I understood or what I could deduce from his own argument is that first of all, Tinubu is not the first president in the world to contest or to have his certificate
Yeah.
withheld, especially in the
Mm-hmm.
US, or especially by a US court.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. Obama also had
Yeah.
similar
Obama had birth certificate issues. That's
exactly,
because
also had similar
he was
argument.
born in Hawaii, right? And Hawaii is not like part of mainland America. So it means that they're coming with him at that. But I don't know he produced this now. Yeah, he produced this.
So he had the birth certificate one. He also had the one for university as
Yeah.
well. And something in the law, I can't remember, I don't know what it is, it sort of um approves for whoever it is to actually keep their academic records under lock and seal,
Yeah.
because if you do not, and Obama, it said then when Obama was in court contesting for his results to be shown to the public, his lawyers had fought from the angle of, if you didn't pay, if you're not going to pay his tuition, or if you didn't pay his
Yeah, yeah,
tuition
yeah.
or his,
Fees, academic
yeah,
fees.
what's that thing they call it? Yeah, his academic fees, then you shouldn't be privy to that information. So as much as we are saying, oh, Tinubu should show us his results, blah blah
Mhm.
blah, he is not entitled to show us the results, especially because of the country that he has chosen as his academic alma mater.
Yeah, yeah,
That is so Abati and Rufai, this, it was such an interesting conversation, and I had the best time listening to it. And I was just like, see, this world, they really, really no
no
balance.
balance. Oh.
So you know go show go show us your results, but you go rule you can rule a full country.
Yeah,
So I can decide not to I have gone to school and still somehow come out and say, oh well, I said I went to school, that should be enough for all of you. Suck
yeah.
it and continue ruling.
Now the
His wife, as Kukuma says, he's not a magician.
it's not
So
Professor
hey,
Bella. Still on the Bola Tinubu saga.
crazy.
There's a Twitter man. I don't know his name. He said Jackson Ube said Bola Tinubu and also Rock never attended any government college Lagos. Part of the academic records released by the Chicago State University indicated that the Bola Tinubu who got admitted into that school graduated from Government College Lagos. The fake Bola Tinubu Naso Rock has been disowned by all students of Government College Lagos, and he has never claimed that anymore in all his filings. Right. So the Twitter thread or the X thread goes deeper. Then our Nigerian journalist who is on the run, David Odeng, said also Government College in Lagos was founded in 1971. So whoever claimed to have graduated from there in 1970 was clearly lying. Can you see that there's a disparity? And he put up a picture of when the school was founded
So
and from the
much.
first principals and everything. Then the rabbit hole gets deeper. A man,
See.
Babatunde Badamosi, says he claims I attended Government College Lagos 1978 to 1981. My auntie was the vice principal for at least one of those years. I can confirm that I witnessed the graduation of the first set in 1979. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was definitely not among them. By pure coincidence, the late Jide Tinubu was my classmate at Lagos. I believe Jide Tinubu was, I don't know, was related to Tinubu himself. By pure
Tinubu.
coincidence, the late Jide Tinubu was my classmate at Lagos. Okay, Jide Tinubu is Tinubu's late son. So he's saying, by pure
Oh.
coincidence, the late Jide Tinubu was my classmate at Lagos State Business School of Basic Studies at Guinea Bukeja, opposite Cadbury. I could not possibly have been just 4 years the junior of his father in secondary school. Could I? And that leads to another question again. That Egbon,
Magic.
which school do you go to? I have a feeling that Tinubu, maybe he has propped up his academic achievements because he wants to show people that he has a clean, elite background, even academically. Maybe he just went to one bush secondary school and he's just ashamed to say it. He could, that's a
Exactly.
possibility at the end of the day. So he wants to prop himself
But
up.
why is he ashamed to say it? We're in
I don't
Nigeria.
know for him. Oh.
We're all
I don't know for
Nigerians.
him. So there is that question mark about the secondary school also. You know, there's so many question marks about him that he's not even a real Lagosian at the end of the day. He's adopted.
Do
Like
you
the man who comes from
understand?
his mother. So it's exhausting,
I,
really.
I feel like Tinubu is the most controversial as regards background and
He is the most
documentation,
controversial.
the most controversial president Nigeria has ever
There are more
witnessed.
questions than
Because
answers.
what is this
Yeah, there are
drama?
more questions than answers with
Do you
him.
understand what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh God, did you go to school? Tell us the
And like,
school. The funny thing is that
simple.
even if he went to school, this is the thing, and he didn't put the right school there. Why can't people who actually went to the school he went to, who were his classmates, come out to say Tinubu was my classmate?
They can't remember him.
Like now, if I'm money for something and I can't find my academic record, there are people, not even in my department, but in a faculty, they'll come out and say, we knew him together, and we did so and so elective
At
together.
least one.
At least 5.
Do you understand?
Why has it anybody?
Do you get what I
People that
mean?
come out look like they're reading speeches or they're reading a script or something. I don't get. I don't get with Tinubu. It's really amazing.
See, this Tinubu's presidency is blood and water.
It's blood
Oh.
and water.
He use that. He no grief for anybody. He really wants to hold on to this power at all costs,
Yeah.
and it is so incredible to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think what is even more interesting for me is the fact that Nigerians have also sort of tapped out. Nobody,
It's not easy now. People
Well, nobody's really listening
they find
because
free.
do you
Look at
understand?
people are fighting over
We did
25.
really good Trump.
NLC are fighting over 100K as civil minimum wage. So they can't be whether I go school or no go school. Okay, now you be president now. Let's focus on what really matters for everybody.
Ayo, can we talk about that for a second? Let's talk about what has happened. What has happened between October 1st and
Oh,
today,
they are flop.
October
Just kind
third.
of they are flop of the week. Don't worry, we'll touch about them. We'll talk about the strike.
Okay,
They are well.
okay.
Oh, sorry, no,
No, I don't
no,
even.
it's not the flop of the week. I changed
Not
it.
even
I
the.
changed it actually. So we can talk about the
I,
NLC and the whole whatever.
First of all, I know that TUC and NLC were not going to go on any
They
strike
play.
because like
They play.
they pulled that rabbit out the hat too
See
many
that
times, and the
Lagos
rabbit don't tire.
So this is their plan.
See,
They'll do one day warning strike. Then that's it. Like going back to the dialogue table. They now give the government three
do you
weeks.
understand?
After the 48 hours before the 3 weeks elapse, they say we are going to strike this nationwide blackout. Everybody prepare, buy food, everything. Then the last week they say they're in a heated discussion with the federal government. Then 11:59, NSC postpones strike. We know this has been happening since 19 Bogboro. Maybe
Every
today, maybe
time,
today, maybe we have to do this for Gen
every
Z. If we did that
time.
for Gen Z, but we when we did there
You understand?
When Oshomele was NLC, we don't know all these things.
We're
We
jaded.
know
Well, we don't care
it's a
anymore.
dance of fools thinking they are fooling the foolish. That is the thing. They
Do
just
you
at the
understand?
end of the day now more than them more rich pass. Who not they deceive?
Ayo, that your adage now, eh? Now the thing we thought is stuck beside
Yes,
fire
so
or tell
yes, so
people.
just by moonlight.
I love it.
Dance of fools
Do
who
you
think they are
understand
fooling
what
the
I mean?
foolish at the end of the day. Because I was looking
Listen,
at the update. Oh, they're in heated discussion. That was I said they play. They play. Last
this
week, they
one's
now
the new
said
wine us ni.
no, they're not. They've postponed. They're entering more dialogue with the federal government. Something you people already planned since day one.
So, first of all, the move that made me also very certain that nobody was going on strike was that October 1st, during the president's speech to the nation, I didn't
Yeah.
listen. My mother was the one who narrated it to me. She was like, a lot is going on. The president has done so much. I said, Mommy, what did he do? He said, there's money, Sha. There's money he gave out. I said, okay, what's going on? So I went on social
Twenty-five
media and I
thousand.
went to
Maybe
go and
thirty-five
read
thousand.
that.
Maybe how much?
Yeah, that Tinubu had given a relief fund to civil workers or was it federal government workers
Federal government.
for the next 6
Oh,
months to
that's
increase
the
their.
update. The first one was that low grade civil service workers get like a 25K increment on their salary. That one is just
And
fair.
so
But later now for
that's
senior ones,
they've upgraded it all.
and so for senior ones, I think it's now 35K for the next 6 months or something like that.
So I don't think from Femi Gbajabiamila's mouth, it didn't seem like a senior junior thing. What I read was, let me read it directly as I'm saying it. Um, so is initially the president increased for to 25,000, but the update that we got
Okay, I've seen
later was
this.
that Tinubu after further consultation, had increased the intervention fund from 25,000 to 35,000 for the next six
Wow,
months for all federal workers
wow,
in the bid to avert the
that's
strike.
great.
He had so if the minimum wage in Nigeria is 30,000
Mhm.
and they're giving a relief fund for the next 6 months of 35,000
So
naira.
65K
That's
for now.
65,000
It's
naira
still
in
enough.
total. I don't know why they are
Ideally,
summing up to 75,000.
ideally, minimum wage should be
Femi
150K.
Gbajabiamila's one.
Ideally,
But I
minimum
was
wage
I
should be
was I was thinking about
150K,
this.
150K after tax and pension.
See, the thing, because we're not the ones wearing the shoes sometimes, we're quick to also use like our own eyes to look at this
Because we are
thing.
quick to
I'll tell you what I
because
mean.
we are quick to suffer. Now we they suffer. Tinubu doesn't need 35K. If
No,
9 billion needs 35K or more, he needs 150K.
it's I'm not even doubting it. I'm not even saying, oh, we need, of course, logically, and by what is going on in the economy. In fact, economically, even 150K is not money for anybody
It's not
now.
money.
It's
Yeah,
not any money for any family. A bag of rice is 52,000 naira as we
yeah.
speak today. 12.5 kg of gas is now 12,500. It has been increased from 10,000 to
Now
12,000.
firewood, everybody
The
go use.
electricity bill, just and the electricity tariff has increased. Buying a meter has doubled. Everything is increasing. We understand also that the world is the powers of the world are going into recession soon. Yes, we understand that. But like, maybe we too are looking at it a little high-handedly, because I had to think about this, because when I saw it, I was like, yeah, why are they paying anybody 65K a month? And I thought about it, that the person who was collecting 30,000 and then getting a 35,000 naira increase is probably going to be filled with joy. They're probably going to
Of
be able
course.
to afford a little more. Because, do you understand? If somebody has been managing 30K and then you give the person extra 35K, it makes sense to
Yeah,
them. But to us, in this on this part of well, because we're now used to a certain level of, what's the word? Certain level of lifestyle, that money sounds ridiculous, of which it
yeah.
is very ridiculous, because the government workers are cutting away millions of naira, millions, billions, and trillions. I've not heard billions, millions, trillions as much as I've heard it in the past 5 to 10 years in Nigeria. I never knew that we'll be able to rise trillion naira ever, but we're seeing it this day. As much as you understand that government workers, like the people in government, are cutting away bigger, huger amounts of money, to these guys who are going to the office every day, maybe it makes sense. I was talking to a friend of mine who works with the government recently. She works in the public health sector, and she was talking about how even to see the salary is a problem. It's not like it's being paid on time. It's not that it's being paid in time. Oh, let me even speak to this. This week I went to the military hospital on Awolowo in Ikoyi, on the public holiday. I think 27 or 28. Which one was the public holiday? One of the two. They had declared it for the Muslim holiday.
Yeah.
I went to the hospital in Ikoyi. We got in. The place was empty. If you scream, it will echo, 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 echo. Beautiful hospital, well maintained, facility 100. Everywhere was empty. We needed urgent medical attention, and the hospital was completely empty. We decided to leave there and go to a private hospital, and the private hospital was brimming over with people, patients everywhere, doctors up and down. It was super busy. Then it got me thinking, you know how in Nigeria we're always saying, oh, they don't pay the doctors well. And we really think that, well, oh, we're saying to ourselves, oh, yeah, yeah, the doctors are not being paid well. Yeah, it sounds like music, until you are faced with the reality of
Yeah.
the doctors not being paid well, so they're not going to the hospitals. It is so crazy. For me, in my head, I'm just like, this poverty that we speak about, we think that, or the bad policies of the government, we think about how it affects us, and it is right here in front of us. Say we had an emergency situation where somebody was bleeding and dying, and I had entered that hospital. That's how that person would have had to wait till the next day. What is the assurance that the person is even going to survive? So the average Nigerian has no access to healthcare.
Not today.
That's so
Not
crazy.
today.
And you're giving a 35,000 naira increase on top of a salary that is not even frequently paid.
The
It's not even regularly
issue with the
paid.
35K
My
is
problem,
that it's just
do you
for
understand?
6 months, obviously.
Just for six
So what
months.
happens after the 6 months? Will they
And
now finally increase it?
every back to status
Then
quo.
also,
And saying that,
what happens to the state civil servants? Because that's the where the issue is. That is one they really owe them. That is the one they really owe them big money. You can see some of them
so
7 months,
crazy.
no salary, no bonus, nothing.
Hey. And then they said something about remove something subsidy for diesel. How many Nigerians use diesel?
And maybe they use this, but I don't know. That's why
How?
I didn't
Where?
bother to listen to the speech.
Subsidy for diesel for the next 6 months, on diesel for the next 6 months. Yes, we understand that the president is not a magician, but come on.
See this
Under this,
this last 3 months he has entered. When did he enter? May, abi, so June, July, August, September. 4 months. Okay, you know this. You know the show working. All this one you are doing that you're entering jet up and down. We know they show any working.
He owed us for
We know
neck.
they show any working.
Ah,
It's not by speech, Oga.
he really owed us.
Speaking of speeches,
Jesus Christ.
speaking of speeches, someone in Tinubu's lineage again. I don't know why this family won't leave us alone. Decided that she too will give a speech. So,
I love it.
Mrs. Folashade Tinubu Ojo, the first daughter of President Bola, also gave an Independence Day speech. In case you don't know who she is, she's the Yaloja General of Lagos
I
State.
don't know
Those
how.
are the people that own the soft power when it comes to election. They're not elected officials.
I
They're like,
swear.
the way traditional rulers are. They too are like, they have that
Mm-hmm.
soft influence,
Mm-hmm.
that really becomes hard when
Of
it's time for
course.
election or policy making. She too now
Interesting.
decided
Mm-hmm.
that in her own wonderful office as Yaloja General and Dublin as the first daughter and first child of the
I
nation,
love it.
that she should not give
I
us
love it.
a presidential speech or Independence Day speech
Very
to keep hope
important.
alive for a better Nigeria. Happy Independence Day celebration to every Nigerian, especially my beloved father, Mr. President Achiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR,
I
and
love
mother of the nation, my own mom, Senator Luremi Tinubu, CON. The founding fathers, founding
hmm.
mothers of our great nation. I love an inclusive woman. The founding fathers
I
and
love
founding
it.
mothers of our great nation, Nigeria. We need to keep our hopes alive. The flames of hope must continue burning in us. Our hope is being renewed, and I'm very positive that this Nigeria will still work for every Nigerian and all the beloved sons and
God I
daughters,
beg.
the founding fathers. So this Nigeria will work again for the founding fathers that have died and the founding mothers. Wow. And
Yeah, aunties
a
and
lot of people,
uncles.
blasted her for that statement at the end of the day because I don't know why she decided to make that statement.
I didn't even listen to it.
I didn't even know until yesterday or last night that So she gave a speech.
Ah,
Wonderful. She won.
to encourage her siblings, her fellow
It feels like Chat
siblings,
GPT.
you and
It feels
I.
like Chat GPT wrote this speech for her because I don't know. It looks very AI-ish. God have mercy.
First, when I went on social media and I saw her, and I saw the Yaloja and first daughter of the
Hmm.
nation, what was so interesting for me was her hands on the
Yes, and
table.
the Nigerian flags.
Her nails were done. Do you understand? The Nigerian, her nails were done. She had these nice rings on. That's all I saw. I never unmuted the video to hear what she
Rings,
was saying. I just looked at
rings way
it
past
and I
35K.
kept it moving.
Rings way past 35K. I say rings way past 35K. God day.
May they not even touch them because if they have all that gold, that thing they used to use to test metal,
Uh,
the thing will be
go
shouting because
past.
the money where they on top of your hand go too
So
much. It'll be a
welcome
lot.
to the dynasty, Nigerians. Welcome to Tinubu dynasty. Enjoy the next 4 years,
So
or
crazy.
give or take the next 8 years. I mean, if Joe Biden with half mind can be doing wants to do another 4 years, Tinubu can do another 4 years. It
Ah,
happen. It's just that
did
brain.
you get what I
It's just that
mean?
brain will be skipping once in a while. What is brain skipping? Nigeria don't skip
It's
already.
giving age grade meeting.
You go just skip. You go skip like dirty CD. Nothing. No.
I swear,
Okay,
it's really giving age grade
let's move into
meeting.
Nigerian pop culture. Big Brother Naija finale happened.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
First
whoop,
time ever
whoop.
we had top three female contestants. Shout out to the ladies. It was in Who was the third
Yeah.
person? There was Messi. There was Lebai.
Messi, Sisi,
Yeah. I saw
Ilebae.
when they kicked out Sisi. I said, Sisi said,
Ilebae.
"Damn it!" I said, "Madam, you just say
Damn it!
we don't.
He get them for
You
mind though.
remember what you did that year? That year to our fellow brother, you are not going to win this thing. If they do another All Star Part 3, you are not. You sure you're not going to enter? We not agree."
Sisi really shock.
So she told me
He no
this
believe and
time
say he no win
she believed
am.
that this time this time she believed that
She has
she
skilled.
was a nice person. No, we know you. A tiger does not change his stripes. We know you at the end of the day.
Oh my word.
So Ilebaye and Messi Lambo, Messi hair well left,
Hmm.
and shout out to Messi again for making the top two. That woman is strong, sha, no matter what. She's strong.
She's likable
Yeah,
too. She's a very
she's like
likable
a person. So
person.
Ilebaye won the first Gen Z
Yeah.
body to win Big Brother.
Whoop whoop
Now
whoop
she
whoop whoop
owns
whoop 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 whoop.
she's now 120 million naira rich, has a brand new car.
Love
They're
it.
giving out the whole thing already. Yeah.
Yes.
So it was good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Adekunle Pere, you guys tried. Pere, but you guys tried, but it was not for you guys. It's not for you guys at the end of the day. Shout out to Ilebayo. People said
Ayo.
that Ilebayo played the victim card and Nigerians once again fell victim to tears and emotional manipulation.
Did you watch it? Did you watch this Big Brother at all
I was
this year?
watching the clips, but I know that
Okay,
Ilebayo had a lot of presence, digital presence, and camera presence too.
100%.
Yeah,
And I want to say this like as regards to like the Nigerians who say, oh, Ilebaye played a victim card, just like I already mentioned. Let me tell you, numbers never lie. Numbers always speak. I don't think she played any victim card. They went into Big Brother's house for a game. Everybody, people. I also heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, Messi and Big Brother didn't want to give Messi the money." I love Messi as a person, as a contestant, everything. I love her, but Messi didn't make the news half
yeah,
as much as Lebaye did this
yeah.
season. Lebaye was trending.
The dynamics didn't work with her.
Exactly. Lebaye was trending from week 2. She started to trend. What they thought was going to make her lose votes was actually what made her even gain votes. They thought, oh, when they started talking about her, about, oh, going to go and they first of all started with, oh, she's always following boys. Well, she's a young girl and socializing in the house. Of course, she's going to
Of
follow
course, a
boys.
strategy.
So from that week,
I believe she had a strategy and she played well with it. She played it well.
I don't even think it was a strategy, to be
That's not
honest.
strategy.
I don't think she was being strategic. I feel that the minute Ike did what he did to her in the house, the day he went to throw her things into the bathroom on the
People
floor,
said, is it Ike that won this? Is Ike that made her win?
I beg, Ike did not make anybody
Because
win. Ike wanted to.
but
You see, you know that way they talk as Christians. I want to say this as Christians when they say, what the enemy meant for evil, God has turned
that's it
it
now.
around. That's basically what
That's it now. If you
happened.
didn't do that now, a lot of people now
Ah,
pitch their tent to her now.
see, but the truth is, whether to me or what I feel, because I tried to ensure that I engaged more with the Big Brother this year. What I honestly believe is that she made the news
Yeah, she was
consecutively,
a talking
whether
point.
with or without
She was a
Ike's.
talking point.
She got 2 strikes for
Yeah.
fighting in the house. She was almost kicked out. Everybody wanted to try to kick her out. Not just even Ike. What's her name? Venita started her own when Ike left the house. Everybody picked. Mio did his own for a bit. In fact, Mio even started the trend with Ilebaye when he disrespected her in front of what's her name? Um, what's the name of this babe? Tolani
Yeah.
Badge. When he didn't stand up for her, that's when she even started to
Yeah.
trend from that point. So yeah, Ike further solidified it. But if we're going to be going by that, we'll even start from Neo. And he didn't even know that's what he was doing. But the girl just kept on going, her resilience. I think one thing about her was how forgiving she was for me. Anybody who did anything to her, they even use it to insult her. And I think she sort of struck a chord with people in general. And I think she more than deserved that win. She made the news, she kept it consistent. I don't know if it was a game plan. To me, it didn't look like a game plan. But whatever it is, now game they go play. If that's the game that got her to where she wanted to be, I don't see how she's not worthy of winning 120 million naira.
So
Just like every
maybe
other
they're
person who
saying that
went into the house.
Vizi baby did not deserve that 120. God day. The Lord will do it for her. Don't worry. The Lord will do it for her.
God, I beg.
Mm-hmm.
She already sort of put herself in a way that she probably doesn't need the money, so
Yeah,
she'll be okay.
true that. Okay. Uh,
She'll be
Ugochi,
fine.
we are only going to do one release therapy because this is almost 2 hours and I need my beauty rest. So
Please, I
let's
beg.
read the
I always read
no,
everything
we don't
now.
read everything. Sorry, I'm still working.
Run it.
I'm still working like this. So we are going to read.
Me, I'm
We are going to read the previous one that came in and not the latest one. We'll read the latest one
yeah, I'm
next
going
time.
to
And then this our bros.
yeah, I'm going to read
This
the
our bros
second
that is
one.
release therapy. That is like a Chiko Ejiro film. Please try and be more succinct because this is going to be madness. Like
You
this is like
guys.
Tinubu certificate.
I hope I
This is Tinubu certificate, right?
God I beg.
Certificates.
Was it this long? It was so short. It was
We're
so
like
short. The one that I
We're
saw.
like 4 or 5 pages.
This person has a lot of pages. I don't even know how
So
many.
please, can you
Um,
go ahead, please? Release therapy, ladies and gentlemen.
we are now in the release therapy, and Daddy GOCBIC Dr. Esquire is going to respond to this person's heartfelt, long heartbreak or relationship escapade,
You
whatever it
already
is.
know.
It's, it says, "Hello, Ugochi and AOT2. Please, I'd like to humbly request that this should be read by Ugochi. Already doing it. I'm almost in love with her voice at this point. Ugochi, I'm sorry. I know you don't like reading long write ups, but I promise it will be worth it. Okay. I would also like to be kept anonymous. Release therapy. Life of a lover boy in
Gang,
Lagos.
gang.
Act 1, Scene 1. Dims lights." Actually, that's what the person wrote, Act 1. This is my first time writing to this podcast, to any podcast at all. And this is also my first ever anonymous submission to the mass public. I just say that because I'm what most people would call reserved, but over the recent years, I've learned to realize I'm also very stoic and often appear to be unable to express emotions. Another interesting fact about myself is that I am also a textbook definition of a lover boy. I love love and I love being in love unapologetically, but unfortunately, it has to also come with several shortcomings and steaming hot breakfasts. As a fairly good looking guy, according to society's standards of what an attractive man should be, it has been fairly easy for me to into relationships. And through my years in Unilag, I was in three relatively healthy and happy relationships. In brackets, according to Misha, in another bracket, situationships aside. It's always so amusing to me when I see women raging about how men are scum and dogs, but they fail to see that their gender can be as toxic, promiscuous, and downright mentally insane. God, I beg.
Wow.
Now, now I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm definitely far from it. But waiting my eye don't see for streets, eh? Three exclamation marks. Was it my first girlfriend in year one that admitted to simultaneously dating me and some other guy for months? And her reason was that she was so conflicted on who to choose. She eventually picked me because I was the safer option. She also claimed that she was a virgin and I didn't have to have sex and I didn't want to have sex. But I later found out that she had been sleeping with the other option before I made the cut. For some reason, I didn't end the relationship. I just couldn't. I was blindly in love at that point. Or my first situationship that felt like love. It happened in my third year in uni. We met virtually and spoke for months while she lived and schooled in a different state. I finally got the chance to visit her state when I heard one of my second cousins was getting married to someone from her place. As an overprotected child of an upper middle class family, I had to beg my parents for weeks before they could allow me to make the trip. Long story short, I visited her in uni and we finally met in person for the first time. It definitely wasn't what I imagined or what I thought it would be. When we finally got alone time, I tried to kiss her and she said she couldn't. I asked why and she said it was because she was on Lent. If you don't know what Lent is the time in the Catholic Church when we fast because just before is it before Easter?
Is
Yeah, just
the
before
30
Easter,
days
before
of Jesus in the wilderness or something like that? That was the length.
in the
Yeah.
wilderness. Lenten season comes before Easter,
Yeah, yeah,
Sha.
it does.
In my mind, I was like, what the fuck? I came all this way and I can't even kiss you because you're on Lent. To fully understand my frustration, I also hadn't had sex in months because I felt I was committed to her and only her. My body don't hurt for weeks, and this was the situation I met. Crying emoji, deep tears. Mind you, in the peak of the virtual love period, we had sexted, sent each other thirst traps, etc. But at that point, it didn't occur to me that she was lying. But as a Muslim, I thought it was a legit excuse. She didn't show up for the wedding I invited her to. She just sent a text giving some flimsy excuse and that was it. That was the last message I got from her. She didn't call to ask if I had left her state or if I had gotten home safely. She ghosted me. I can't lie, that one hurts me. She was a baddie from Benin, Edo State, and
Red
since
flag, red
then I
flag,
agree
red
with
flag.
any.
Just keep on moving. Thank you.
Why do you guys feel
Red
that
flag.
way? Anyway, and since then I agree with any slander of Edo babes I see anywhere, laughing my ass off. A few months later, she eventually reached out and explained that the reason why the, re- explained that the reason why was that she had found somebody else to date in her school, but didn't know how to break things off with me. Now, the main topic of this act is my third girlfriend, the supposed love of my life. We met in my final year in school, and I honestly thought I had finally found someone to spend the rest of my life with. I've always been a monogamous person, and I didn't mind putting my eyes in one place. I allowed myself to be fully consumed with love to the point where I could almost see no one else, and unfortunately, I thought we were on the same page. 2 years into our relationship, I started noticing very subtle changes in her movements, schedule, etc. And deep down, I knew something was off. I started noticing nights where she would sleep off early, in quotes, and won't reply texts or calls till morning. It happened a few months after COVID lockdown was lifted. During lockdown, we had cultivated a habit of video calls every night before bed, even if it was going to be for just 1 minute. I finally got the bravery to check her phone. God, I beg. As a smart guy, the only chat I needed to check was the one with her best friend. She tells almost anything and everything to. I just saw what I was suspecting. She had been leaving her place at Ikeja to see a guy in Aja. Aja, man, wow. I had to confront her without letting her know I went through her phone. On one of the nights I was suspecting she was leaving to Aja, I video called and she said she was in traffic on her way home from K2 side. I checked Google Maps and took screenshots of how the maps indicated there was no traffic at that point. I also went to her place around 8 a.m. to ask for her, pretending to want to pay a surprise visit. Her innocent younger brother confirmed that she didn't sleep at home the previous night. I gathered all the info I had and confronted her, but she was still trying to deny it and do damage control based on how little information she thought I had. She claimed she only had sex with him once, but I saw from the chats that she spent multiple nights alone at his place. At one point, he even gave her a copy of his house keys. Wow. Long story short, I took her back. I couldn't just face the reality of not spending the rest of my life with her. Shortly after all was forgiven, I even introduced her to my mom and some of my extended family members. We dated for over another year before the relationship eventually had to end because her family wasn't comfortable with the idea of her marrying a Muslim family. Of all the pain I had felt in the past, this one topped it all. I spent months convincing myself I could reignite things after we mutually broke things off, mostly initiated by her, in brackets. After a whole year of back and forth, I finally started to see that it was almost a lost cause, or it was a lost cause, a love I would have to bravely walk away from. She had somewhat been stringing me along, speaking in hopes and what ifs. My relationship had downgraded to a situationship. That was when I started to fully understand that I was the only one willing to give 1000%. Yeah, my Yoruba body did a number on me. It was a legit one. It was legit one of the biggest reasons why I was depressed for a large percentage of my NYC year. I took to drugs to try and numb the pain and led into more depression. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan for smoking weed, but I'm a huge fan of smoking weed and I still am, but at that point it was becoming more of a means of escape for me instead of relaxation. It got so bad that my parents started suspecting something was wrong with me. After after someone after some one-on-one conversations with my dad, he eventually paid for a few therapy sessions for me, and that was the single most best decision he has made for me in my life. This was also when I discovered your podcast and would listen to you guys for hours every day. You definitely helped me pull through. You definitely helped me pull out of that dark period of my life, and to that I am truly grateful to the 234 Essential family. I formed a parasocial relationship with you guys, and it helped with the intense feelings of loneliness I was feeling at the time, and it still does. Act 2. A few months after I officially ended things with my former love, LOML, love of my life, for those who don't know, I received a message from one of my old friends back in secondary school. She was one of the babes that had the ultimate glow ups. A ridiculously gorgeous slim babe that eventually became slim thick with a lot of K's. These K's are up to 7. Emphasis on the extra K's. We are in the same field professionally, STEM, and and I'm pretty good at one of our design softwares. I don't know if STEM is, I don't know what it means, but that's what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is. Capital
Stem.
ST.
That's it.
Yeah. Yes. I'm pretty good at one of our design softwares, so I wasn't so surprised when she reached out for help with it. I played it cool and expected the worst. In brackets, she was genuinely coming to learn and prepared for the best. In brackets, that she didn't want to knock. And boy, oh boy, was I right on both fronts. Like how we discussed in the previous release therapy of how guys perform 10 over 10 on the first chance. Omo, I seriously gave this babe my best performance as of that time, right from foreplay to finish, A plus plus in all categories. She was the first babe I actually started learning how to give head properly to, because my last love of my life wasn't exactly a fan of oral sex for some weird reason. My advice to guys out there, please learn how to give head properly. And trust me, you have these women digmatized in no time. I don't know about digmatized, but yes, please, guys, learn how to give head properly. Don't bite
Focus,
somebody's
focus, Ugochi,
clitoris.
focus. Thank you. Keep reading.
Ladies, also remember good vagina hygiene will make men want to give better head. I've heard horror stories of unsanitary vaginas, but unfortunately I haven't witnessed that so far. So back to my story. Let's call this slim thick babe Samira. Pseudonym, of course, in brackets. Of course, as expected, she came back a few days later wanting more, and I gave her an even better performance because we were both high on weed. After Samira and I had multiple rounds with her having several simultaneous orgasms, God I beg, on my raw dick. We were both naked on the couch having pillow talk and reminiscing secondary school days. In between the drugs and high amounts of serotonin we were exchanging, the lover boy in me was finally starting to see the possibility of a new beginning. We finally noticed her phone that had been ringing for a while. She picked it up and we both saw the person had called several times. She immediately calls back and I assumed it was going to be a quick conversation. Lo and behold, she was speaking to her man, her boyfriend that she had never for once mentioned prior. She sat on my lap naked as she spoke to him for over 3 minutes before eventually had to finish the rest of the call in the bathroom. She immediately started spilling everything, probably because she was under the influence. Apparently, she was having a fight with her man and she was sex starved, which was why she reached out to me. That was when I realized that I was in somewhat of a love triangle, because this babe was literally digmatized to the point where she was asking me to have kids with her. There was even more to it. I let her talk and ramble, and that was when I realized that was just the tip of the iceberg. She eventually confessed that her man is actually married, in all caps, and she was also sleeping with his best friend. I went from a monogamous lover boy and straight into a love triangle in this Lagos. Well, I Coco didn't send. I was happy she showed me who she really was at the beginning without me spiraling into falling for her. The sex was amazing and we had more than a few times a few steamy dick appointments after uh, oh, okay. So let me take that again. The sex was amazing, and we had more than a few steamy dick appointments after, before she ghosted me and I assumed that she had patched things up with her man. There was something so profound about when I discovered she was in a relationship. Women are the best at cheating, and no one can tell me otherwise! Exclamation marks four. This further enforced my own very stern belief. I clear your truth very well. Are you
I'm just,
okay?
I'm
Are you
taking Baba
good?
Blue. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, that's I love that. This further enforced my now very stern belief that women can be just as snaky and promiscuous as men, if not more. I'm sure our chairman of CBIC administration can attest to it. Okay, Nana administration, no be church again. Okay. I have strong I have strong belief in Okafor's law, and I know for a fact that I will still pipe her mercilessly sometime in the future, whether she's mine or someone else's, and you can't blame me. Act 3. Now, this brings us to the present times. Reality and Shaggy has battered lover boy. God, I beg. This is the longest time I have ever spent outside the relationship, in brackets, almost 2 years and counting. I feel like I've been able to have enough self awareness to accept that I would need to guide my heart a lot more jealously. And this was when I fell in love with some aspects of being single. Small change here and there that I would gather and spend on a gift for a girl or for a girlfriend at the time. I started using it to get myself nice things instead. Started a new wardrobe and put myself on a full hair and skincare routine. I am currently truly living in what one of my friends called my body era, in quotes. I can't deny that I don't love it. I even plan on getting my bushy eyebrows threaded and starting minimal pedicures. Self love is amazing, and I can see why women love it. I still haven't given up on love though. Months before subsidy was removed, I was still somewhat financially comfortable and could afford to go on at least one date or two dates a month, which is a far cry from what I can afford at the moment, in brackets. I'm currently in what most people call a talking stage. It's my first fully Gen Z body,
Mhm.
Gen Z babe, sorry. And I didn't expect the difference in the whole experience to be this much. Laugh out loud. Mostly in ways that I love so much and I don't mind, to be honest. I could see the clear difference in her thoughts, opinions, reasonings, even down to her fashion sense. I can almost see how naive she can be at this age, but it's something I'll never take advantage of. P.S. She's 21 and I'm 26. She has symptoms of what I've fondly coined as fine girl syndrome. This is when highly attractive women, usually 7.5s and above, are used to hearing yes all the time, and I think they can use it to their advantage. They are used to men bending at their will and every beck and call. I've learned how to see things clearly and set boundaries before it leads to manipulation. I also have a way of making them see that I am just as valuable and highly sorted after as they think they are in their minds. Unfortunately, this relationship or whatever will eventually call it, or whatever we'll eventually call it, can't be long term because I am forced to live the Nigerian dream of relocating abroad. God, I beg. The economy is tanking, and just like most Nigerians, I'm losing hope. As a young professional with an MSc, leaving the country now seems to be the only logical decision because no matter how optimistic I feel about Nigeria, shit is going to get worse, a lot worse, before it gets better. My full time job can barely get me through the month, and I'm currently on the lookout for a second job that will hopefully be fully remote and part time. I honestly can't imagine how bad it is for the average Nigerian at this point. Cheers to the Nigerian dream. Hey, people should give me water.
First,
Oh. I don't really
first of all,
try.
this is the greatest release therapy we've ever read. This is to be said
Listen,
that we actually read this, so like it was Act one, two, and
see,
three. This guy really shot a Nollywood film. The title of your release therapy should be
see,
Lover Boy. A lover boy in Lagos. But
in
it's not Playboy.
Lagos.
You're not playing anybody. You're playing yourself, sir. You are
Ah,
playing with your
but
emotions and mental health. It is not life of a lover boy.
I'm so great. I'm so grateful he wrote very clearly, Sha. He was very he lettered it very well and it
Yeah,
was easy to read. So thank you for
yeah.
that.
Where do I even start
So
from?
yes,
Hmm.
Esquire.
Being rain. The man
See,
who
we need to thank him first
see.
though. He said he we saw him through a
Oh yeah, yeah,
heartbreak and
yeah. Shout out to
depression.
you.
Shout out to
Yeah,
him,
people
man.
like
Big
this,
shout out
feedback
to
like this
you.
actually encourages us to continue what we are doing because it's not easy every week
Thank
for
you.
us to start saying we're recording the dead of the night or I go to which is supposed to go and record. But thank you for giving us the fuel and the motivation
Listen.
to do this. And it shows that
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
we're not just talking to the air or airspace or the internet space, that we're actually touching
Yes.
lives, which is very, very good.
Love
Now to your
it.
family.
Thank you
This is more
guys.
than family, this is a fan script.
So it's release therapy.
This
This is
is a
release.
multi-orgasmic release. It's not one.
I love it.
My brother, I think
I
CBIC
love
we're
it.
having a November retreat for men who have been yoked by love. I can see the demon of love and suffering on you because I think when women see you, when these Jezebel see you, they see that
I
you are a
love
victim
it.
of love and they want to further victimize you.
I
Because
love
I don't
it.
know how you can be with the first babe, the one that said she was dating two people, right? And she didn't want to knock you.
Mm.
First of all, I keep telling men, if you know you're not going to do like sexual abstinence, two of you, don't even bother. Especially if the babe is not a virgin. If the babe is not a virgin for Baba Makam, even if the babe is
You know, no,
even if the babe
now.
is a virgin, like she claimed to be, in Unilag, my brother, you go hard though. It will be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than to see a
God, I
virgin babe
beg.
in Unilag. Not University of Lagos. University of Lagos is different. I'm saying Unilag. That is the spirit. There's Nigeria, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and there's Niger. So there's University
Ninja.
of Lagos and there's Unilag. This is when you need spiritual discernment, my brother. Apart from removing the yoke, that is on
I
you,
love
you need
it.
spiritual discernment. How will a babe tell you Unilag that she's not knacking? Come on now. That's more than a red flag. That's a red mist. It's a red misty atmosphere. Nothing good
Is it that it's not
is not
possible?
possible.
So all the girls in Unilag are not
See, if you
virgins.
tell that to the Queen of England or the King of England, I have made it tell you, I'm not believing that. Now, in the past or in the near
Okay.
future.
I can't
Then you now
argue.
said the Edo babe. Well, I don't like to stereotype people, but you said Edo babe, so I'm fine with that. Anybody that doesn't understand that one, don't worry. You know the reason why chicken know they cry for nights. Uh,
Ah,
in your third year in uni, you said you virtually spoke to a babe. Like, oh no, okay, that was the Edo babe, right? Who again was the next victim? Who was the person that victimized you after that? Oh, the baddie,
the girl with the Yoruba babe with the many boyfriends,
brother.
with the married boy
Brother.
boyfriend.
First of all, this is your major flaw as a young guy. You're 26, you're looking for love. My brother, you're not focused. You're not focused. This is the age of you to be come and shower. You know what they call shower? Just the cut and they go. You're supposed to be showing your wide oats. You're looking for love. Who love help? In this Lagos. See, if you are walking
Oh
on the road, you see love and you see money. If you pick love, now me go flog you. Koboko. Bankere, go flog you.
my
Who love
voltage.
help? Go punish love. Love punish love. It is Lagos.
Oh
It is Lagos.
my word.
And first of all, you are too trusting as a human being. I don't trust anybody. I'm very sorry. I do not. I only trust myself. I do trust myself. I don't trust anybody. So that's how that babe now use you to do the Muslim babe. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. At least that one you don't dey learn small sense.
No, the Catholic babe. She's the Catholic,
Yeah, my Yoruba
obviously.
daddy didn't know about
She
me
she
because
was
this is one of
doing
the reasons why I was
Lent.
depressed. Okay, this was the depression babe. Okay, the Yoruba daddy was the depression babe. Oh, that said, oh, she was going to
Mm,
K2, my brother. Women where they go to Aja too much. That leg. It's like women when they say they go to Dubai.
oh,
It's
that's true.
something. There's something fish is going down, my brother. My brother.
Listen, ayo, ayo.
See, it is once again I repeat, it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than to see a single woman in this Lagos not more dating 3 or 4 men. I'm not saying a camel cannot enter the eye
Wow.
of a needle, but before that camel enter, it go take small. Need push and well. This is just
Ah,
it's just sad that I think you just lacked OT or street orientation. But guess what? All this what you've gone through, this your short life, is called character building. So nobody, but when you enter your
yes.
30s, oh Lord, now you go come be the bad guy. You will become the Yoruba demon because
Listen,
nothing is going to move you again. Then you said you met your former
you've seen it
STEM babe.
all.
That's nice. But that one you don't get sense more because you know to catch feelings. You were about to catch feelings, but you quickly go lose guard. See, you should have 4 or 5 boyfriends. You know concern you. How long as you're not, are you marrying her? She's not the mother of your children now. Don't feel any way. That's the problem. Your feelings will get you killed here, fam. Do not feel any way. You think the girl feels any way? Don't feel anything. You have to be cold blooded.
Oh my
The
word.
way a lion moves in the jungle,
Listen,
you to move like the gentility of a tiger. The
stealth.
late Baba Sue said
Love
it, the
it.
gentility of a tiger. You move with the gentility of a tiger.
Hmm.
It don't concern you if she get 4 husband. As long as you don't knock your own, they go your house. Bye bye. And make sure she gets home safe. That's all. That's all you owe her. Apart from that, Mr. Man, forget this. Love will get you killed out here, fam. Now you say you are dating a Gen Z body. I just want to tell you that you are dating yourself. I just wanted to let you, in case you are once again catching emotions, my friend, you are dating yourself at the end of the day. Because your Gen Z body can be cheating on you with another woman self, another on the pen pass. So don't even think of saying there's no love anywhere. It's just knacks and go home. You are in a transactional relationship. That is, it should be called as that. No love, no Valentine's Day message, no others, just the knack they go. Simple as that. Simple. Yeah, and you say you're about to leave the country. Good for you. That's nice. Yeah, a big ups to you. But it seems you're learning. You've learned the hard way. It seems there's still small lover boy in you. So I think there's still more, character development that you need to do. If you go to Obi's house, go to see all those kind of places. When they dazzle your head small again, you lose like
QB
a two reverse. When you lose more like 500k, 300k, your body will not be well. You're helping.
block
You know
party.
when you have malaria, when you're sweating, you know the malaria are not left. Then you're sweating
Mm,
face, right?
mm,
Yeah, sweating face.
mm.
Your eye was so clear. And when your eye, the scales will fall down from your eyes, and you shall see the glory of the
Son of
Lord.
a-
Thank you very much.
Cha 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 cha. Mado, Ayo, Ayo, you really finish this boy today. Oh. Say you have advised this boy to only have sex. Me, I'm still contesting the part. You know, he said something. I have not addressed
What did you say?
something. He mentioned that he in recent times that he has come to understand that women cheat more than men, do a better job at cheating than
That
men. I was expecting that you would say something in
oh
regards to
oh
that.
that was because that one is
Do you agree or you
that's like
disagree? Because he did ask your opinion
that's
directly.
like if you're asking me to come out and not debate, is water wet? Ah,
God, I
all
beg.
protocols are observed. Accurate time
Water might not be
panel
wet.
of judges, everybody involved. I'm here to convince you and not to confuse you that water is wet. And I carry my bowl and I splash it on all of your face. Thank you very much. What do you mean? This Lagos. Shut up for being. Oh, wow.
Oh my word.
Tell those with big hands and big breasts. Please, I'm begging you. Look, just your career.
Oh
Oh, you know that song, Onward Christian. So look at the cross. We're looking at the cross. Don't allow these diseases deceive you. Don't allow them. They know everybody. Women have evolved past all this one. They think, oh, women they kill. Forget just that then they cheat pass, but they go down where. Forget that one. I agree. Anybody that disagrees, vex and write for me. And not give me empirical data why women don't cheat more than men. Thank you.
love it. I feel that men have too much publicity about their
Now
sexual
bad press
life.
because now
A
bad
man
press. Now
is
bad press.
I don't think it's bad press. I feel that you people to or society, I hate to say society, but again, both men and women are too quick to say, if a man is cheating, is his way is polygamous by
Hmm.
nature, and it is the cause on a woman to be
Mm,
virtuous, and hence why he would think, or why would you guys would think that women are naturally, better at cheating than men. The truth is that we don't just it's not something that society forgives, and men don't forgive cheating. For people who cheat a lot,
my guy forgive.
I've come to
My guy
understand also
forgive.
that men
My guy
don't.
forgive.
No, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, he forgave, but he still kept it in
It
his
can't,
mind. He did
it
mention
can't be
that
me.
he forgave, he introduced her to his family and
It
all of
can't be
that.
me.
But he still
I,
he nurtured
I
the
will
dream of
I
marrying the
will block you
person.
on all platforms. Even the ones they've not invented yet.
See, these guys on I'm not even talking about this. I'm not even talking about these guys on what I think I forgive what is even happening to this guy, and I'm or be this person, and I'm happy that he has gone through this, because everybody, whether you hide under the sun, whether you hide under the rock, as I had established recently with Chelsea, see that breakfast is for everybody. Whether you are good, or whether you are kind, or whether you are upright, or whether you sin, or whether you stand, whether you lie down, or the breakfast will be evenly shared for everybody. And I just feel that probably feels this way. I'm not necessarily going to address all his sexual escapades, because I mean it's part of it. He's a young man and all. But I'll just say this. I don't think that any of this should turn you mean or wicked. I think that you should still hold space for love. Um, when you move to a city, it's very overwhelming, and city people have the likelihood of behaving like this. I'm not saying that countryside people are any better. Human beings naturally are deceptive. They can say one thing and do another thing. I think that that's what you need to probably learn from all of this.
Yeah, and
Look more at what the person does than what they say.
yeah, and
You
shout
know.
out to you for not because a lot of guys go through this period and they now enter what is known as the red pill universe or red pill society and now
Mm-hmm.
become like very you can now become like agitate and them and I just become a monster. I think
Rolling my
yeah, it's good
eyes.
that
Like you guys need a
it's
reason.
good that you went for therapy. I think that's where you are coming from. Because bro, if you
Yes.
didn't go for therapy, bro,
Mm-hmm.
trust me, you're not going to be doing what you're doing right now. Trust me, you way worse.
Shout out his
Yeah, shout out to your father for
Shout out to his
for
dad.
being initially
Yeah.
aware that something was going wrong. But like I said, man,
Mm-hmm.
leave all these women alone. Just the knack they go. You're 26. I don't know what you're looking for love for. Are you Dangote has not found love? It's you that wants to find love.
There are people
Focus.
that got married at 26.
Their business
Ayo.
with that.
There are men that have gotten married
They
at
lack focus. That's their
26.
problem in life. Dangote is not married at 26. Did not get married. Dangote is not married now. Adenuga is not married like to a one woman now, and they get money past you. Now you they do. Now you
Mm,
they carry love up and down. Focus, focus.
that's what he
Okay.
wants. He
You
wants
know, I said it
love.
hasn't left his body. There's still
Please.
small. There's still small. This thing. No, you have here in Jersey territory now. They will chew you like suya.
He needs to stay
She will chew you like
soft. He needs to stay
she will chew
soft.
you like
Ayo.
suya. Don't worry.
Why do you feel that way? He say he's fond of her and he likes
For,
her, and he also is very aware that the relationship is not going to be
are
a
you,
long one. So
can
he
the,
might
can the
as
human
well
being fond can the human being be fond of of a tiger or a lion? Okay,
it's
okay.
possible.
Sorry,
Keep
oh,
keep them as
sorry, oh,
pets.
Daniel in the lion's den. Sorry, don't worry. I beg, let's go
I,
to flop of the
he
week.
needs to stay
Let's
soft.
go to flop of the week and pop of the week, and let's sign out.
But shout out to this person, Sha. We're really grateful for this release therapy more than anything. Thank you for also the shout out. Tell your friends and family to listen to 234 for the necessary. We're here for
Yeah,
you. We're your virtual
yeah.
friends.
And the other release therapy will release it definitely. We'll release it next week. Just that this one was very long, but
Yeah.
entertaining still.
Mm.
Okay, where should we start from? Prop or let's start with flop. Uh,
Start with flop because I have my own
flop
flop
for
too.
me goes to
I have additional
flop for me
flop.
goes to Nigerian hospitals and the Nigerian police. I think they told them need to sit down and get their acts right together on how they treat victims who are who need help ASAP, but they don't want to because the hospital feels that if they treat them, they'll get backlash on the police because any police report whether the person is a criminal. So we get to see or we
Mm.
get to read stories of innocent Nigerians dying. Or even if they are guilty, you
Yeah.
should use your fundamental right to have health care and treatment. Whether you're a
Health
criminal,
first.
yeah, before they not come and arrest you, but not turning down away people who are at the brink of death and you people are happy with yourselves. So that is against the Hippocratic Oath. And I know that the healthcare system is messed up and the hospitals are trying to cover themselves, but then you have people dying, which is opposite to why you took that profession. And everybody knows the story of the lady
That oath.
who were rejected in the federal hospital and they rushed them because it was not the police that brought them in. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong stories to show you that this has been happening in Nigeria since 19 Yeah, let me just get the right story.
It has happened to me as well.
You see, you see,
Have I ever told you about
yeah, yeah,
it?
yeah. The robbery where they stole your iPhone and everything. I remember. So an update on
Yeah.
this is now the police has now decided to wake up and now probe to begin a probe as Abuja Hospital allegedly rejects one chance victim. So this lady was a victim of one chance, and she died
Yeah.
because the hospital couldn't admit her. The Maitama General Hospital allegedly refused to attend her for lack of police report. So while I'm bleeding, I should go to the police station first to get a police report and I'll come back to attend
Hmm.
it too. There's
Exactly.
obviously a blame here, and I hope that I don't hope, but I know the way Nigeria is, something has to change because we cannot have innocent people dying. You get mugged by criminals, and you want to the hospital, not even a private hospital, a public hospital that should be accessible to every Nigerian, as long as you're in Nigeria. As long
Everybody.
as you're in Nigeria, and you get turned back and you die.
Yeah.
Now they started trading blames here and there. We don't want that. We want heads to roll, please. Thank you. So fuck the police and
Exactly.
fuck the Nigerian healthcare system. Thank you. What's your flop of the week?
And rest in
Rest in peace to the
peace,
lady.
greatness, Olorun Femi.
Yes. Mr. Lauren Femi.
Um, my flop of the week goes to Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State
I forgot about that
because
guy. 4,000 youth.
what's wrong with that
Is it
man?
4,000 youth or
Do you understand?
40,000 youth?
In Europe, 4,000 youths that if they re-elect him as governor of Imo State,
Listen,
4,000 youths will get jobs in Europe, and they were
this is
screaming,
why I
"Hey
said,
God, my people
this
lack
is why I said that.
die from a lack of
This is why I said that
knowledge."
before we point our hands,
Hey,
before we point our finger to the white man, four of our fingers are pointing at ourselves. That we ourselves are the
do
cause.
you understand?
See, the governor can say anywhere rubbish he
Hey,
wants to see. But imagine a governor telling me that. Do I look at you like, are you fucking mad, fam?
see, when I hear am, my head dey pop. E must me because which kind attitude be all those ones? They say if you make me the next governor, if you re-elect me as governor, first of all, they had to impeach somebody to put him
Yeah.
in seat
Ruru,
on in that
Ruru
office,
governor.
and now you want to come back. Do you
Yeah.
understand? You want to come back and you are lying to the people. Instead of creating job opportunities for them in the States, you are promising them jobs in Europe. And of course, trust Europe, the European Union, to put out a statement to say that they never got into any agreement with
I
any
mean,
governor in
no
any
state are
states
white.
in
No state
Nigeria.
they are white too. They do the hustle. Every man for himself now. Every
See,
man for a hustle.
do you
If they
understand?
go bring,
Face your
where are you putting
funds.
4,000 people to? That's 4,000 families. Where we
Do
go
you
put them?
understand?
Okay, cool down.
He, he said he will pay for their transportation to
Now so
Europe. So you want 4,000 youths to leave your state so that you will govern who? How? Gosh, Hope Uzodinma is such a
they
joke,
this is
and
what they,
really, we
this is what
need
they
to
call
hold our
this is what they call they play. I said this is what
say
they call they play. They play.
the
They
Lulu.
play.
This is the Lulu, is not the
It's not the solo
Salulu
at all.
because
It's
what?
not it's not at all.
See, we hope for better
Yeah.
leaders, Sha.
Top of the week,
Definitely.
Nigeria, celebrated 63 years of independence. This goes out to every Nigerian who was around during independence, who has suffered and seen the downfall of Nigeria, the descent, and every other Nigerian included. How you've not yet gone outside on the street
Yeah.
and started killing people is a miracle because this mental health is too
Thank
much.
you.
So shout out for Nigerians for being tenacious, and still keeping the faith, still, especially the
Yeah.
ones who still make sure that they go out every day and they have like honest living, and
Yeah.
they've not been moved or swayed to do things that are illegal or yeah or
Mm,
immoral, to live. So yeah, so
yeah.
it's for Nigerians at the end of the day, man. Pop of the week, you guys have tried so much. Yeah,
Big ups to
thank you, ladies
us.
and gentlemen.
We're weathering the
Yeah,
storm.
and we've done 2 hours, I believe, of this podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, and thank you very much for listening, for sticking around with us.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys for rocking with
Nana decided to leave
us.
us. Oh, we were just joking. Nana's area, the transformer blew. And you know when transformer blew for area,
Yeah.
the next day, the street WhatsApp
Listen,
group is lit. Please, when are we donating? When are we donating for new transformer? So it's gonna be a while.
that's if somebody even
More.
talks.
Yeah, so that's true. Sha. That's if somebody talks.
That's if somebody talks. See, that's if they know transformer don't
Uh
blow and somebody
oh
is going
no,
to even come
no
and
why?
cost it
Because these
first.
streets that normally have streets with us that use the same line, they have lights. So why don't we have lights? You would know, don't.
Do you
When heat summer
understand?
you everywhere, you will know. You will find a way. You will understand.
That thing is the worst scenario in this country where your neighbors have light and
There's
you
one
don't
time
have
that
light.
all
Terrible.
the flats in my compound had lights. Only like me and somebody else we didn't have
Mm.
lights. Um, that
What?
day, and it was like it happened in the morning, and nothing was being done. Like I tried to even track NEPA. NEPA did not come that day. When it was around like
Mm.
7 or 8 o'clock, I just went to go and book a hotel room and slept. Thank you. I can't keep myself. I said because I'm a
Simple.
Nigerian, I can't come and die.
Simple.
The next morning they did it. I came back home. Simple as that.
I want to give one public service announcement before we
Yeah.
go. Very important. We've mentioned it in the beginning, but just to buttress the point and driving home, you guys, we want to thank you for working with us for the past 3 years. And in the coming months, we will be releasing some exclusive content on our in our newsletters. So please, if you have not subscribed to 234's newsletters, please and please subscribe. Let's get our newsletters active and pumping. A lot of information is going to be dropped there very soon. Get first dibs on what's happening in the 234 community. We're going to try as much as possible to release a newsletter as often as possible. But most importantly, please, as you follow, as you like, please also subscribe to our newsletters. Very important. Very important. Please. We promise that the thing that you're going to be seeing there in a bit is going to blow your mind. We're going to be releasing some mind blowing content, and you want to have first dibs for sure. VIP access, if there's anything like that. Please just subscribe to our newsletter, you guys. Follow us on all social media platforms at 234 Essential Podcasts. Do the magic for us, guys. We promise to keep giving you guys amazing content, either through recording or through write-ups. But please follow us everywhere. Very important.
All right, man. We're done. Thank you guys for
Thank,
listening to us. We out. Peace.
thank you, guys. Be kind.